It's out of my hand, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hands. You can never take away the power of my It's out of my hands, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hands. You can never take away the power of my I don't even know why I try anymore. I don't even know. I don't even know why I try anymore. I don't even know. You can't replace me. I'm awake, it's time to break free. I'm levitating. I don't even know why I try anymore. I don't even know.
It's race day in Concord, North Carolina, as the area Lodgebox series takes to the famed 1.5-mile track home to the Coca-Cola 600. Alan Elwood and James Skyley are both in search for their fourth win of the season, and after 130 laps, we'll find out who's the winner at Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight. Hi, and welcome all. This is a different setting than what I'm used to and what these guys below me are used to. Brad Slaughter, David Weisar joining me, Hunter Sleppy in the booth tonight. Guys, how's it going?
Pretty
Good, how are you?
We're already talking over each other.
Oh
It's going
man.
good. Hot
Yeah, it's
start.
going
Hot start.
as planned. So Kyle Heyer had some traveling issues tonight, so this is kind of what we've had to do, improvise as a drivers only sort of broadcast, kind of like what you see on Fox whenever they go to Talladega, at least when they used to, or Pocono now. I'm not sure, but yeah, this is something different that we're gonna have to plow through. So we got less than 5 minutes to go here in the practice session, and you guys obviously have more experience at Charlotte than I do. How challenging is this track going to be tonight for these Lodgebox drivers?
Yeah, I mean, this track, honestly, obviously, everybody has Charlotte. Everybody's raced at Charlotte. It's everybody's first track if you're on the oval side of things over here. But Charlotte, especially in the daytime, can be slick, man. It can be treacherous, especially if you try to get up there, run the high line. It can be tough on the tires, but man, it makes good speed. A lot of these guys are going to be trying it out. We'll see who it works for. David, I know you're pretty fast here. What are you thinking?
Well, anytime I've ever raced at Charlotte, it's always a tire saving game, track position game. So really gonna have to look at that. Who's fast on the short run, who's fast on the long runs, pit strategy. It's all gonna come into effect. You know, you could this race tends to produce a lot of green flag run-ins. So really looking forward to seeing that tonight.
Yeah, and the talk of the town is James Skyerly and Alan Elwood. Boy, these two have been going at it all season long. They both have 3 wins on the season, and they're both searching for that fourth win. But Alan Elwood, especially, he missed Charlotte last season because he went to the Coca Cola 600, so he had to miss this race. Well, actually, correction, that was at Rockingham, but still, it was in North Carolina. And he's been one to that's been I'm getting my words mixed up. He's been one of the drivers that guys have had to beat tonight, and the driver currently quickest on the board with 3 minutes remaining in practice is John Furness. Now, John Furness has had quite a up and down sort of season. Started off really good, been rocky here and there, but he's shown speed that's capable enough of winning these races.
Absolutely. Furness actually was doing, he's been at the top of the charts all practice, and I actually went back and was doing some research earlier. He started off the season on a tear. He had a couple of top three finishes there to start the season in the first four races, led laps in all of the first four races. Last four, I think he's had two finishes outside the top 20, no laps led in the last four races. That has got to change tonight for John Furness, and he's off to a good start.
Yeah, and David, you know what it's like to race around Alan Elwood. Obviously, he's tough to beat, whether it's at Charlotte, Rockingham, Bristol, you name it. It's very difficult to do, but uh, can he be stopped tonight? I mean, we've already seen it happen earlier in the year with Skyler. He's got 3 wins to match Elwood's three on the season, but can someone new like Furness or maybe even Rob Ackley or Cameron Hearn throw their name in the mix for the win tonight?
Oh, definitely. I think Furness, you know, as Brad said, he's been top of the chart all practice. He looks like he's got a lot of speed. He's had a couple down weeks, and obviously based on practice, he's looking for a good rebound. And James Scioli, Cameron Hearn, they're all right there nipping at Allen's heels. But he's so consistent. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. So if you're going to beat him, you better make a mistake-free race.
Yeah, and while we're here, minute 30 to go in practice. Big shout out to producer tonight, Chris Seidenfein, uh, getting this job done. I mean, unbelievable job what we've been able to do all day long. It's been a roller coaster of emotions to say the least, trying to get this
Yes,
all pieced together. So big shout out to you, Chris, behind the camera, working everything tonight. Got the graphics going, the ticker, everything. It's amazing.
killing it.
And with that being said, a minute to go, race fans, be sure to subscribe to the Area iRacing Twitch channel. For only $5 a month, you can watch all area broadcasts commercial free, and you can use new Area iRacing emotes down in the chat. You'll also be able to earn double channel points as a subscriber that you can redeem to use for free merchandise or even an iTunes gift card. So keep an eye on that down there in the chat. I don't know if we'll have a poll question tonight like we usually do. I'll have to keep an eye on that. But tomorrow night, we're going to have a charity event going on. Brad, David, I believe you guys have a little bit more info on that.
I'll be there. That's I signed up. Or well, I need to sign up. I've already told Jacob that I'll be there. But yeah, I need to sign up. But yeah, that's gonna be a dirt street stocks at USA Speedway tomorrow night. doing that to raise some awareness for the suicide and all that stuff. So that's really awesome that we do these charity races, and really excited to be a part of another one. Hopefully, we raise some more money. I saw the goal last night. I think we were pushing 380 or something like that last night. So hopefully, we can get a little bit more, get a few more donations, and we'll get some more tomorrow night.
Yep, I'm really looking forward to racing in that. I've already donated, and any little bit helps. This is a rough time of year sometimes for some people, um, and we need to boost them up a little bit. So anything to help that cause, it's a great cause. Looking forward to racing in that race, and should be a fun time.
Alrighty, well, Chris just had a little moment there. We'll get that figured out, but we got 10-minute qualifying session here ready to go. See which driver can put their name at the top of the board for the pole sitter, and maybe it's the 5 of Garrett Grant. He was really solid last week at Bristol, looking to continue that momentum tonight at Charlotte.
Yeah, Garrett was actually fifth in practice right there, so he's got some pretty good speed, and he's always been really fast on the 1.5 mile racetracks, and he's one that knows how to save tires. And if you're ever going to do it, this is tonight. You're going to need to save a little bit of that right front and be there at the end. And I really wouldn't be surprised if we saw Garrett Grant run top 5 tonight. I really wouldn't. If not, contend for the win, honestly.
I tell you, one guy I'm really looking at too, and we haven't seen him in a week or a couple weeks. Is I'm really looking at Shane Theron. He's really good at qualifying, really good at the short run. Coming off a suspension to some unfortunate circumstances at Darlington, and I'm sure he's looking for some revenge and get back on the right track. He was up in the top 5 in points earlier in the season. These last few weeks have kind of set him back, so needs a win probably to get in, and I'm sure he's going to be really looking at this race to get it done. So really looking at that, and I think that's my move of the race there, is to look at him and see how he responds.
Yeah, I think Brad mentioned it in the hours leading up to this that he was 3rd in points after Atlanta, and then the disqualification in Darlington and him being suspended for that, missing last week at Bristol, knocks him down to 27th in the standings. Now, in order to qualify for the playoffs, you need to be inside the top 20 in points. Now, well, that's with a win as well, so he's got a little bit of work to make up these next few races, because we go to Charlotte tonight, and then after that, we got New Hampshire, Pocono, and Talladega. So running out of races for him, but I think he's more than capable enough of doing it. He's inside the top 10 week in, week out. We'll have to see, though, as we're looking at the 14 of Rob Ackley. Now we're cutting to Ed Robertson in the 64. Currently 10th quickest on the board, the 31.717. And there you can see at the top, it's just a 3/1000th difference between Garrett Grant and John Furness's lap time. Grant still at the top. Furness is second. And here's Ryan Swan in the very noticeable number 54.
I think that's a pretty good lap by Grant. Judging off of what happened Tuesday night, the track slowed down a lot. I think we're running at a pretty similar time of day. Track actually dropped about a tenth or two in qualifying. So if that lap from Grant holds up, I think that's actually a pretty decent lap and might start him somewhere near the front.
Yeah, and if he starts at the front, and he's, in my opinion, the best tire saver in the league. If he has track position to start the race, look out. So
yeah, absolutely.
We'll see here, Alan Elwood in the 49. Looks like he was only good enough for 5th quickest, a 31.257. Here's John Furness, a 31.166. He's just logging laps in. These drivers only get 2 laps to qualify, and any more after that, it doesn't really count, but it helps with practice. And looking here at this top 5, Rob Ackley, 3rd quickest, Seth Noel, 4th quickest. Some of these guys are carrying their momentum right from Bristol and into Charlotte.
Yeah, and I was actually kind of surprised to see Allen in 5th, and 5th is honestly, it's really good, but Allen average finish of 3rd, or average start position of 3rd this season, and he's got 3 poles. You always expect to see Allen up there contending for the pole position there. So a little surprised to see him there in 5th, especially this early. We'll see if he can maintain there in the top 10. I think Cameron Hearn's actually on track now.
That right there on your screen is the 38 of Shane Theron. Now we go back to Cameron Hearn in the 67.
I think this is one to watch right here, boys. I think Cameron's really fast in practice, obviously, as he always is. I think this is one we need to keep an eye on right here. Looks really good through 1 and 2, David.
Yes, he does. Holding that bottom, that's the way to run this place. You got to rip that blue line. That's where all the speed's at, all the grip.
Getting through 3 and 4. I mean, he's painting it again right there through 3 and 4. Again, I don't know what good speed is, but it looked nice. It looked nice on the track. Let's see, that's a 31-1 there. I mean, there it is, top of the board.
Yeah.
Cameron
Good to
Hearn,
the top of the
P1.
chart. Cameron Hearn, currently pole sitter with, I don't know how many minutes are left in the session. I'm going to say 5. Say
I
5
will
minutes are
say
left.
we are about halfway through this qualifying run, and I gotta say one thing: Travis Beckner has not made a qualifying lap yet, and on 1 lap pace, he's gonna be there. So look out for him to steal it from Cameron here at the end too.
Cameron Hearn currently the pole sitter, and he might even be a race winner tonight. Over in the Twitch chat, just dropped over the poll question for tonight. Will we see a new winner? And the current winners of the season are Shane Therian, Alan Elwood, James Skyley, and Tommy Ryan. You can bet with exclamation point bet, then the word yes or no. Wager as little as 10 channel points or up to 10,000 if you're feeling risky.
So
I will
Fambro's
say-
coming to the line here. He's going to complete. Sorry, David. He's going to complete his second lap. Let's see where he's going to slot in. Fambro goes to 4th. So that's a really good lap for Fambro, too. What were you going to say, David?
I about to say the man I just mentioned, Travis Beckner, rolling off out of pit road down the backstretch, warming his tires up, so you know he's getting ready to go for it.
Here he is coming down the front stretch, ready to take the green flag. See what the 27 can do on his lap. We know that he's very aggressive on the racetrack, kind of similar to his favorite driver, Ross Chastain. He's gotten into a few run-ins this season. David, you were unfortunately one of those drivers who had the run-in. I believe it was at either Sonoma or Chicagoland or both, or it was one
All
of
the
those
above.
tracks. Yeah, what's it like racing around Travis and just trying to get on his same level here? Oh, he's
Travis,
actually slowing down. Sorry.
yep, must have messed up and may have to restart his lap. But I'd say Travis is very quick. He's very aggressive. Um, for the most part, he's fun to race against. Uh, obviously, he's one of the youngest, if not the youngest, racer in the league. And there's just some things he needs to learn, and he'll learn them. I mean, I'm sure he will. It's just some over aggression at times and picking and choosing your spots. But that's just hard racing for the most part. You know, you get caught up in the moment. So he's a good kid. Like I said, he's very, very fast, and he's only getting faster. So, um,
Very
he's
talented.
yes, very talented, and he's, with experience, it's going to be wild if he sticks around with us. How good he's actually going to be.
Yeah, he's
We'll
already
see.
got a ton of talent. I mean, the tire saving thing is really, if him and Garrett Grant get together, man, Travis Beckner will be unstoppable.
Yeah.
Because yeah, if he gets a little bit of that tire saving stuff down and can still maintain a little track position and not burn his stuff off there at the beginning, man, Travis is as tough as they come. And the road course stuff, I mean, it's insane how fast he is on the road courses. It doesn't even make sense to me.
So we
Yeah,
see
if
him
you
in 3 and 4. So, I'm sorry, go on.
if you put him and Garrett Grant together, you have Jake Nichols.
Yeah,
That's what it is. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, he came
So,
across the stripe that time.
Yeah.
31.5. That's going to be good enough for, I think, around 15th, maybe? Could be more, could be less.
Looks like 17th. That's got to be a disappointing run for Travis.
Yeah, I
Not a
think
disappointing run for Skyoli. Jumps up to second on the board.
that's with Beckner there, that's honestly that's the effect of not getting to run that first lap and get the tires up to heat, and getting to put down your fastest lap on your second lap there. He ran his first lap, and I went back and watched it coming through 3 and 4. He got a little out of shape and scrubbed a lot of speed, and I guess he felt that he just wasn't going to carry enough speed off of 4 there to make the second lap worth it. So he wanted to go back and try it on a first lap again. And I mean, it's worth about 2/10 there, as you see, being out there on cold tires.
Now over, we see the 99 of Ryan, Tommy Ryan, that is. He was sixth quickest. He's just logging laps in, and now he's bringing it down the pit road. Uh, Guys, who's one driver that you got to keep an eye on tonight? Could be Cameron Hearn, could be the 99 of Ryan, or it could be Travis Beckner, who we just talked about.
Well, I know I mentioned Shane Theron earlier. Always got to look at him, especially coming off the suspension. But I'm telling you right now, these boys gave Garrett Grant some track position to start a race, and that's dangerous for long. If we get in this series, it's conducive to long runs. That's a dangerous thing they just let him have.
Well,
Brad, who you
I'm
got?
I'm gonna go with a guy that hasn't won a race all season. Going out on a little bit of a limb here, I think Cameron Hearn finally gets it done and puts it in
That's a
victory
good
lane
pick.
tonight. He's the all-time wins leader in the series with 11 wins. I don't know how he's gone this long without winning a race. I think tonight he finally breaks the streak and gets it done here at Charlotte.
Well, the guy I was going to go with Cameron Hearn, but the guy I'm looking at now is John Furness in the 4. I was going to go for Grant. Now I was going to go for Hearn. Now I got to go with John Furness. But any one of those guys really seems like they have a shot at it. And so we're getting the grid settled up here. Got the qualifying results there on your screen. We'll get over your starting lineup in just a moment. And we want to give a big shout out to Roasted Gems Coffee. Fans, be sure to visit Roasted Gems Coffee for some of the finest coffee from all over the world. Use discount code AREA iRacing, AREA iRacing, for 10% off your order at roastedgems.com. And there it is. As you can see, Garrett Grant is third. The driver in front of him, Cameron Hearn, is first. He was the pole sitter. And these lap times are so close. I mean, look at it. 6-1,000 separated first and second between Hearn and Scioli.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. I wonder if there's a way we can get a quick word with Cameron Hearn here before we go green. Let's see if we can dial him up here. Let's try to find. Yeah. Cameron Hearn, you're in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, man.
All right, man. Well, you're on the pole. Put down a burner lap there. You got Scioli starting there till you're outside. How are you feeling?
Man, the track's super hot. I think tire wear is gonna be huge. Probably take it a little easy on the initial start just to see how bad it falls off. But in practice, someone 4 or 5 laps, fresher tires really was a good bit faster. So I'm gonna take it easy, try to maintain a low line. I feel like running up high is gonna burn up the right front, and to see where we end up. Overall, happy to qualify first. Usually, I'm not the fastest qualifier, so hopefully that's a good sign of things to come.
Yeah, who do you think is going to be your toughest competition up there? You think James is going to be the one give you a run for your money? Garrett Grant right there in third. Who are you looking over
Honestly,
your shoulder at?
the top 5, all of them have strengths. Garrett's really good in the long run. John Furnos is kind of similar to me. You know, it's been fast week in, week out. Just hadn't had the luck to go his way. And Colin too. So I think it's anybody's race. As always, there's about 10 guys in here I think has a legit shot every week. So staying out of trouble, keep your mouth shut, let the car do the talking, baby.
All right. Well, that sounds awesome, Cameron. We're going to let you get back to it. We're going to put you back down here in your team channel, and good luck tonight.
Thanks.
Alrighty, now let's go ahead and get your starting lineup rolling. So on the pole, it's going to be Cameron Hearn in the 67 you just heard from a moment ago. And James Scioli going to roll off right beside him in second. Then third, in row 2, Garrett Grant. John Furness lines up alongside him in fourth. And fifth place, Colin Fambro. Sixth place, Tommy Ryan. Rob Ackley, Seth Noel for row 4. Row 5, it's Shane Therian and Alan Elwood. And then in row 6, it's going to be Tom Bourne and Chris Rabel.
Yeah, and rolling off 13th, we got Richard Thomas. 14th, going to be Hunter Collier. 15th, 16th, we got Jeff Ryan, AJ Roderick. Going to be 17th, Travis Beckner. Mike Tellier in 18th. Malachi McGlashan, I hope I didn't butcher that too bad, in 19th. Pierce Maffett in 20th. Ryan Swan, 21st. And Bryce Sinisak in 22nd.
All right, and then in 23rd we have Greg Mitchell. 24th, Jeremy Rigney. Then Ed Robertson and Jacob Hudson. Brian Chambliss and Ricky Harden in 28th. And then you got Christopher Tate in 29th, I think. Paul Irvin. Paul Irvin 29th, Forrest Smith is 30th. Stephen Durham, Andrew Santo 31st and 32nd. Matthew Cochran in 33rd, and Logan Hartman to round out the field in 34th.
Yeah, it looks like Christopher Tate didn't take to the grid. I don't believe so. He's listed 35th. I don't think
Nope.
he's on the track.
I don't have him on
Nope.
track. I don't have him on track.
Yeah, I was a little confused there on the timing there, so.
Alrighty, well, the pace car about to roll through turn 4 and onto pit road. Cameron Hearn leads the field through that turn. James Guiley alongside him, going to be 130 laps here. Over 190 miles. If we're lucky, might get done by 11 o'clock. There we go. Pace car down pit road. Cameron Hearn leads the field. The green flag's in the air. We're underway at Charlotte.
Grant got a pretty good restart. He was right there. Look, he gave Cameron a little shot there. We'll see if they can get clear here.
It's like a pretty clean restart, or a pretty clean start to the race compared to what we had Tuesday night.
And the field works their way down the back.
Oh, we got
stretch.
Jacob Hudson's in the wall in the back. Got the whole field in the back checked up.
There he is right there, the 96 of Hudson, looking like he got a little bit sideways there on that opening lap, but Cameron Hearn's going to come across the stripe and lead lap 1.
Everybody in the back looks like they got it sorted out now.
Looks like right behind not Rob Ackley, well, right around Rob Ackley, I should say, that they're do-si-doing for position, right around where Tommy Ryan is. Looking like that's the battle for 7th on the track.
Okay, sorry about that. We had a battery failure. We got a pass for the lead. There goes Scioli around camera.
Yep, Scioli's definitely one to watch. Pretty consistent on the short and long run. And we got cars getting awful close to the wall off too. Must be real tight over there.
Monday night, coming off the corner, these guys were getting oh so close to the wall. And really, it was just in 1 and 2. They would have to arc the car. Some would very close to that outside wall, entering the corner. And then coming off, you'd see the tire wears start to go as we log into these laps. But the handling will go away at some point throughout this race.
Yeah, one of the guys that I talked about in qualifying, Alan Elwood, really surprised to see he ended up starting in the 10th position. Again, average qualifying position of 3rd. So that's a little bit farther back, and he's actually back here running the top, trying to get a little bit of track position here. He's already made up 2 spots, looking to pick up 1 more on Tommy Ryan. I'm going to be interested to watch Alan's tire wear here as this run goes on. He's making a lot of ground on the top, but I'm telling you, Tuesday night, I did the same thing, made a lot of ground there at the beginning, and it really hurt me.
Low car on the wall.
Car on the wall.
It looked like that was Chris Rabel over there in the 29.
Chris Rabel, yep.
Yeah, he smacked it pretty good coming out of that corner.
Ooh,
Looking like
yeah,
he's got it gathered up
16.
now.
16
Yeah, that
thought
was a
about
pretty
taking it
good
3 wide for a minute.
That was a pretty good lick on the 29 there, but he keeps rolling. But yeah, definitely just want to keep an eye on the 49 car here, maybe 10, 15 laps just to see how he's doing as far as tire wear, see if you can tell if he's struggling or not. Because, again, that outside line, it's very fast, but it definitely eats your stuff up there if you keep running it too long.
Colin Fambro taking 4th away from Garrett Grant. Was going to say battling, not really much of a battle there. He kind of just took whatever was out there in front of him. Garrett Grant dropping back just a little bit, holding on to that 5th spot. Stephen Durham right behind is closing in on him.
Yeah, you got to assume that's part of Garrett's strategy. Like we said earlier, he's so good at tire saving. As long as he don't fall too far back, he's in good shape.
Yeah,
You know what?
absolutely.
That's actually Seth Noel. It looked like they were in similar paint schemes. But now he's under attack from Alan Elwood for the 6th spot.
Yeah, Allen's gone back to the bottom here. I think that's a wise strategy. But he still looks to have plenty of speed down on the bottom. I'm pretty impressed with Garrett Grant staying up, maintaining the track position like he has. I would have thought he was going to drop a few more spots. but he's actually done a pretty decent job of maintaining his track position up here in the top 5, and I think he's also doing a pretty decent job of saving his time. Oh, as he gets a little shot from Elwood. Whoa, big moment right there. Holy cow.
Yeah, I can't imagine he's too happy about that.
No.
Garrett's had some rough luck lately when he's running up front. That's he doesn't need that, but yeah, Allen's definitely on the move there.
So is his teammate Shane Theory in the 38 just jumped up right in front of him.
Yes, he is.
And Shane's doing the same thing I was talking about. Shane, he went to the top there when they had that contact. Allen checked up. Shane jumped to the top and went motoring right on around him. He got a pretty good run down the front stretch and cleared him. So, yeah, again, that's another guy we gotta keep an eye on. Like y'all mentioned earlier, Shane was top 5 in points before. I think after Atlanta this season, and since then has plummeted to 27th. Plenty of speed. Guy's already got a win this season. I don't really think he's got too much competition in front of him as far as the point standings go. I think Shane's actually got a really good shot of clawing his way back into this thing and getting in the top 20 before these last 3 races.
Looking around mid-pack here, got AJ Roderick in the 69 car, catching up on 29 of Chris Rabel, who smacked the wall just a handful of laps ago. And Roderick's had some pretty good speed just the last race over at Bristol. And looking around, still trying to gather up some momentum and quickly work his way through the field.
Ooh, there was almost contact in the back with Paul Irvin in the 41. Jeremy Rigney. Jeremy Rigney's now on the wall.
Battle for the lead heating up. Cameron Hearn's thinking about taking a look at Scioli here. Now he's under attack. Like that's Furness is now taking over second place from Hearn, and he's got a really big run down the front here.
Yep, and
He's
remember,
bringing
guys.
Colin Fambro right with him. Go on, David.
Yeah, and remember, Furness, fastest in practice. Led the way in practice. I don't know if he got the qualifying start he really wanted. I'm sure he was after that P1 starting spot, but definitely on the move now.
Yeah, and Fambro snuck through there too. I think Cameron just kind of rolled over and let him have it. I don't know if Cameron thinks he might have burned his stuff up. Here we go, pass for the lead. Here goes Furness. Man, he backed that corner up and he nailed it. Got a huge run on the outside. He's the leader at the line. New leader, John Furness.
Can he keep it, though? That momentum on the outside line, it got him the lead coming out of 3 and 4. It's going to clear him from Scioli coming out of 2. And now Colin Fambro looking to get around the 7 of Scioli.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive there by Furness. I don't know. Again, keep mentioning that outside line. It's really nice, but it's also dangerous. So we'll see how many times you go up there and you play with fire before you get burned.
Yeah, it seems pretty safe to run it for a lap or 2, but after that, it overheats that right front and cooks it up. So definitely something to watch.
David, do you think Cameron might have cooked his right front a little bit, or you think he's just dropping back, kind of watching how this is going to play out here?
Oh, I got a couple cars. They just started shuffling down towards the inside wall. Sorry about that.
Oh, good.
Trying to look back and see who that was. It just saw a little plume of smoke there and a few cars scattered towards the apron.
I honestly think Cameron's trying to do what he did in the Truck Series race on Tuesday. He started on pole, kind of faded back 3rd or 4th, and then started to slowly try to make his way back up there. And on Tuesday, it just didn't work out. But I think that's his plan. I think this is all just according to plan for Cameron right now.
Yeah, I haven't really seen him do a whole lot that would make me think he burned up his tires or anything. He just started dropping off there. I think he might see these guys pushing a little bit, thinking that they've saved enough and they're ready to go. And I think he's trying to keep just a little bit more in the bank and then make a push at him here. I agree with you. I just thought that was interesting. He seemed like he was battling for the lead there 1 second, and the next thing you know, he's 4th.
Garrett Grant just got around Seth Noel.
Yep.
Yeah, they were going at it right behind the top 4. Garrett Grant got around Seth Noel for the 5th position. Now Shane Theory looking underneath Seth Noel for that 6th position. He got a nose under. No, he shuts the door on him heading into 3.
Yeah, that was dicey right there. But Shane Theory, he got real tight there in 1 underneath, I believe underneath Noel, and had to get out of it a lot and lost a lot of ground. He's trying to get back to him here. Cuts the infield there, cut the dog leg a little bit, it looked like. But hey, do what you got to do, man.
No out of bounds rule here.
No out of bounds. At least not yet.
Not that I know of. So it seems like things have calmed down inside the top 10. Right behind the 14 of Ackley, you got the 27 of Travis Beckner. Didn't really have that good of a qualifying run, but he's quickly marched his way towards that top 10.
Yeah, one fun fact about Beckner, he's actually completed the most laps. He's actually tied with Scioli for most laps completed this season at 1,069. Just a fun stat. Just Beckner, we all nice, absolutely. But that's one good thing about Beckner this season. Oh, we got a little contact back here in the back. It looked like Noel checked up. He got a shot from Theron, and then Theron got a shot from Elwood. Little chain reaction mid corner there in 1 and 2, but they all keep it straight. But that's one good thing, to say that you've completed more laps than anybody else, because that means you're staying out of trouble and you're doing your thing. So shout out to Beckner and Scioli for most laps completed so far this season.
And Travis Beckner started 17th. He's already up to 10th.
Yep, on the move.
So
he has cracked that top 10. So we're looking around towards the back, trying to find Swerve and Irvin. There he is, Paul Irvin. He's actually the biggest mover of the race. He's up 10 positions from his starting spot, and he's quickly made work on the 44 of Pierce Maffitt and the 09 of Bryce Senesac.
Yeah, he's running a little Dale Jr. throwback there, the orange amp colors that Jr. ran at Charlotte here back in, I believe it was 2008.
Yes.
That's pretty neat. Oh, amp relaunch car. Just hope he doesn't have the same fate as Dale Jr. did that day and blow a right front lead in the race.
Oh, we have a caution.
Oh,
We have caution.
Oh, it's
caution's
the
out
25,
on the
Brian
racetrack.
Shambles.
Well, we'll
25,
take a look at our
25,
replay here.
47 here. Yeah, let's see what happens. Oh, just a
Oh,
little
it looks
meeting of the minds there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's everybody's just trying to swing out, make the corner there. 47 comes in just a little bit, and it looked like there might have also been a little netcode involved there, but just a tough spot where you come together there, trying to make the entry to turn one. And if I had to guess, that'll be chalked up to a racing deal.
Yeah. It almost looked like to me the 47 got loose coming out of the dog leg almost. And then as the 25 was coming up to arc the corner, they just kind of met. That's what it almost looked like to me.
Heavy damage, though, for the 25 of Shambles. The whole bumper of the car is missing. And very early on to have damage like that, going to affect you for the rest of the race.
Yeah, I think the 25 was just expecting the 47 to be a little bit higher up the track. I think he was just about a half a lane lower than you would expect a guy to be there going into one. And 25 just kind of wasn't ready for that, and they collided there. Again, also a little bit of netcode involved that may have over-exaggerated that contact. But again, if I had to guess, that's just a racing deal.
It looks like we got our first pit stops of the night for the majority of the field. I would assume everyone would come down pit road after 20 laps at Charlotte. And we've already heard Cameron Hearn in the pre-race that it's hot and slick on the racetrack, so those tires are going to be eaten up. Oh, Fambro, he missed his pit box. That's going to cost him a lot of positions on the track.
Yeah, and it's been really tough to pass from what I can tell so far. Again, the outside line, if you want to go out there, you can go up there and use your tires and make passes, but I think you're going to pay for it. Again, Alan Elwood on that last run there, he kind of got up to about 8th position and stalled out. Didn't really make up much ground after that. So, again, I think some of these guys learned a little bit there on that first run about the tires and how the outside line is going to wear them out. And now we'll see a lot of guys maybe go into a little bit more of a save mode and try to preserve those tires. Oh, we got one stayed out. We got Ricky Harden stayed out here. He's out here behind the pace car. This has been a trend with Ricky Harden, actually. He's been doing a little bit of staying out, pulled some two-tire strategies and stuff like that here recently. So going to be interesting to see. I don't know if it paid off real well for him the last time, but we'll see how it goes this time.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because typically whenever I see this, they just stay out to lead a lap, get a bonus point, come down pit, and be behind the field. And it looks like that's what he's going to do here.
Yep. Yeah, that hasn't been the case in the last couple of races. I believe it was Bristol. He stayed out on old tires and tried to make it work. And I don't know if it played out real well, or at least not like he was thinking. But comes down pit road, gets his lap led, so no harm, no foul there. We love that. I think we've got one more shot at this caution here. Maybe we can get a better shot of maybe a better idea of what happened. All right, so let's see. So we got the 25 and 47 here. They're going through the dog leg. And then you're going to swing back up towards the wall as you're entering 1 here to make the corner. Big gap in between them here. Yeah, 47 is just a little bit farther down. You'd expect them to be up by the wall. 25's coming up. Definitely a little bit of net code there. And then they make contact and it's on from there. So, again, not a lot of blame to go around there. Just one of those deals.
It looks
David,
like.
your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with Brad. It just looks like they met in the middle, just a racing deal there. It looks like the 47 will be getting the EOL for that incident, so that's surprising.
Really?
But that's what the admins decided to go with, and I mean, that's that. That's how they
I guess
saw it.
if there is any blame to go around, I would lean towards the 47. I think
Yeah,
as the 25, you don't expect a guy to kind of be in the middle lane there, especially when you're on the bottom trying to get a good arc for the entry on the bottom. So if there is any blame to go around, I can live with the 47.
yeah, same here.
Boy. Well, we mentioned it earlier. Swerve Irvin was the biggest mover at 10 spots. He's now up 16 spots from the initial start of the race. He's up to 13th after starting all the way back in 29th.
I gotta be honest with you guys, that's not something I saw. I mean, I know Paul's a great driver, but I think we may have underestimated Paul Irvin tonight.
We underestimated the paint scheme. I mean, it's got to be
True.
the Dale Jr. It's the Dale Jr. paint scheme.
It's
There's
got to
no other.
be.
It's got to be. No, it's not the paint scheme. Paul's a really talented driver. He gave me a run for my money last season for the regular season title in trucks. He's got plenty of speed and he can do it. So no surprise to see Paul. I mean, if anything, I'm surprised to see him qualify that far back, but not surprised to see him run up front.
All right, so the restart coming up here, boys. What are we expecting to see here on this restart? Because Monday night we saw that the outside lane, for whatever reason, could not go. There would always be some sort of checkup, whether you got new tires, 2 tires, or no tires on your car.
Honestly, I don't know. These area races have gone either way. We could just go right back into a long green flag run, or as the old saying goes, cautions could breed cautions. So hopefully it's the first rather than the latter. So we'll see.
Yeah, I would expect some of these guys to go back into a more tire saving mode again. I think they may have learned a little bit there on that first run. 20 laps is a good little gauge to find out, learn about your car, learn about your tires. But as we go back green, we'll see. I think a lot of them need to settle in and log some laps.
Furness on the bottom leads the field back to the green flag for one more go at it at Charlotte. Could it be the last go?
Really good jump by Furness there.
Yeah, huge. That restart zone, man, it gives the leader such a huge advantage on the restarts. After the initial start, I should say. The initial start's pretty even, but after that, man, the leader has got such a huge advantage. Noel's thinking about 3 wide there, but he backs out.
Yeah, and you have to look
3 wide.
Yeah, you have to look no further on these restart zones than the guy that's in third in the 67, Cameron Hearn. He's had his fair share of problems this season with it, but so far so good today. So hopefully that bodes well for him.
Oh, looks like Skylerly looking to the outside for the lead going into turn 1. He's got a run down on that. On that bottom is the 28 of Furness, but it's not enough. The 7 of Skylerly clears Furness off turn 2 and retakes the lead. Now comes Hearn trying to peek his nose to the outside. And in the 3, he's now he's going to tuck back in line.
Yeah, and it was the same story off turn 2 for Garrett Grant. He was side by side with Seth Noel through 1 and 2, and he got a huge run on the top and got clear, and he is in sole position of 4th place now here in the back, but he's now under fire from Shane Theron. As we caution back out. Caution's back out.
Well,
all right, let's see what we got. Oh, 29 of Rabel. Yeah, we saw he got into the wall earlier and got some pretty good right side damage. Let's see what happens here.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness. That's Logan Clampin in the 10.
Logan Hartman, I believe.
Oh, Hartman.
I was like, we got Logan Clampin. All right. But it looks like I don't know. I may have to see that one again.
It looks like there was a little bit of net code involved in this.
I did see a little net code, but I mean, this is an odd place for a wreck. Yeah, I think the 10 just doesn't know. Maybe he doesn't know the 29's there.
Yeah, I don't know, but the call has already been made. It looks like the 10 will be receiving the EOL for that, but it looks like he towed, so that's not going to mean much of anything.
Yeah, that was odd. Maybe he doesn't have a spotter turned on. Maybe I'm not sure, but just and then hard impact in the
Yeah,
outside
that's
wall there. That car's toast.
yeah, crazy impact. You know, Chris Rabel was involved in that too. He started up front, um, had some trouble early getting into the wall, and it looks like his night getting worse from there. So hopefully he can get it turned around, get that damage fixed, and get back up front racing.
Well, hey guys,
So,
while we've got a second here under caution, why don't we take a moment and bring up one of our team owners, bring up Dom DeLeo, and have a little chat with him, huh?
I'm all for it.
All right, we've got Dom up here. We'll give Dom a second to get his camera turned on. Oh, Dom has left us, so he is not ready to talk to. Dom is
Oh,
back.
no, he's
Dom
back.
does want to talk to us. All right, Dom is back. Let him get his camera set up there. That is
Let's
not
get
working.
our cameras set up because this is a
We'll
little.
we can now. Dom's got his camera. We need to get our camera set up. And
Hey guys, I mean it's been a it's a learning curve for everybody
here
here.
we
And
go.
there we go.
All right, we got Dom DeLeo here in the broadcast booth. Dom, how are you doing tonight?
Doing great, guys. I mean, this is really fun and cool. I know that you guys are enjoying it up there. I've been listening to it while listening to our Physikus Motorsports team radio. But you guys are doing great. I think it's something really cool. Area always on the cutting edge of the league broadcast stuff, and I think an area cast is what I'm calling it, like the Manning cast on Monday Night Football. I think it's very cool, and also hearing the input of Brad and David. It's been a cool experience. But I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Doing good as well. Kind of soaking this one in, a little different than what I'm used to, but I've had a blast so far. It's different. It's something that I could see us doing in the future, maybe. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about Physikus Motorsports and your driver currently leading the way. Well, was leading the way, got passed by Skyley, but John Furness, he's really come as a surprise this season to some, or I'd say most, because he came in as a new driver. No one really knew who he was. Then the first couple of weeks, man, he just kicked ass and uh, was been on a rough patch over the last few weeks, but seems like he's found that rhythm back tonight.
Yeah, I mean, look, I really think he's one of the fastest guys in the service, in our league. I don't know about the service. That's a little bit of a bold claim, but in our league, he's one of the fastest guys. I think, his resume kind of speaks for himself. We were thrilled to get him on our team in Xfinity, our first year in Xfinity, or our Lodgebox this year. He has a lot of experience in leagues on iRacing, and this league is tough. I mean, right now, David is hopped off here, but we've done we got a little Physikus DWR thing going on in the top four here. But Furness, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a win before the end of the regular season. I don't want to put a lot of pressure on him, but he's had top five speed all year. But between Elwood's team, who's fast, Elwood himself is fast, Theory and Scioli's been awesome this year in Lodgebox. He's got a lot of competition, but we're thrilled to have him, and we're thrilled to have him kind of leading the way for our team here.
So Dom, you're down there in Physikus chat, and you're listening to Furness and Garrett Grant and those guys. So what are the vibes down there right now? What are they talking about, and how are they feeling? How are the cars feeling right now?
The vibes are good for John and Garrett. There you see Greg and Malachi. The vibes are not as good for them. Greg got caught up in an incident that didn't bring out a yellow there in the first run. So both of them had a little bit of damage to fix. I think Malachi tagged the wall a little bit. So their cars are probably not going to be low on speed, but Greg's, I think, sitting in 12th right on the cutoff line. So he's, just trying to get the points race and get the damage fixed. So look for them to kind of hopefully go green and pick up some spots here. But John and Garrett, I mean, they really like this track. I think Garrett is really trying and hoping for a long run, because you guys were talking about in the beginning, just his tire saving reputation here in area is well deserved in my opinion. Last week at Bristol, I think if the race goes green after lap 30, with 30 laps to go, I think Garrett's that's his race to win. So both of them are right now, I think, are just kind of trying to feel it out, like you guys were talking about earlier, just seeing how the tires wear and hopefully get a long green flag run in. They're not really trying to burn their stuff off and just kind of trying to feel the pace of the race out. But I think they're both, in good spirits, I would say.
Absolutely.
Indeed,
I
and
mean,
we're
it'd
crossing
be hard
over,
not to be. Oh, go ahead, Hunter.
I was gonna say we're crossing over 100 laps to go now, less than that. Coming up on this restart, will be interesting to see John Furness on the outside. leading the way for the outside lane. But on the inside, it is race leader James Scioli in the 7. Going to restart on the bottom. And we've already seen a couple times tonight where the restart is just so overpowering if you're the leader. But the pace car is in. The green flag is out once more from Charlotte.
Green flag, green flag.
Scioli gets another good jump there. That restart zone. Here comes Hearn. He's going to get a pretty good run here. Maybe he's going to have a nose on Furnace there, but he's not going to clear him. He is cleared now. See if Furnace can get down and slot himself into third there in front of his teammate. I'm sure Garrett's going to be a good guy and let him in.
Brad, you know better than anybody, having first and third teammates in the team chat, calling off the restart. That's
you can't beat it. You can't beat it. It's unstoppable. You're absolutely right. Especially like with this restart zone, you have such a large advantage over second that it gives that third place car even more of an advantage to be able to roll. Third place can roll as much as they want to, and they're not going to get penalized. So they can be a whole 5 mile an hour faster than the leader, and then they're got a really good head start into one. So yeah, you're absolutely right.
Oh, they are looking 3 wide right behind the top 10. As Elwood's looking to the outside of Furnace for that third spot. Garrett Grant got a little loose there, tucking in line. There's Travis Beckner, Shane Theory, and here comes Bryce Senesac on the outside with a massive run.
Well, we're gonna say goodbye to Dom, and we're gonna thank him for his time here up in the booth. We're gonna let him get back down there to his team and see how the boys are doing down there. But Dom, we appreciate you up here in the booth, and good luck to your boys here.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. It's a cool thing you guys are doing. Good luck the rest of the way, and let's go Fazekas Motorsports in the 28 and the 5, and the 74 and the 2 as well. I'll see you guys.
That's right. Get them all in there. All right, man. Well, we appreciate it. Yep. You too, Dom. All right.
All right. Now we'll get David back here.
That's right.
Someone put in the chat that he needs Danny Ware. David might need a vape rig. I think he got one.
He got one. Oh yeah.
There
sure
we go.
right,
David's back.
All right. Oh, we got a wild race right here. Look at this. Who is that in the pink car there on the outside?
That's Ryan Swan.
Ryan Swan flying around the outside.
Yeah, I noticed he's flown under the radar so far, but Travis Beckner on his way
Look
to
at
the
Swan.
front.
Swan is on the move. Look at this. He's going to pass 2 cars.
Swan's another big mover in this race. Started 21st.
I mean, he is absolutely rolling that outside right now. We'll see how far it takes him, but man, he got 2 for 1 almost right there in 1 and 2. Let's see what he does here. He's already got an out
to John Furnace. Something happened to Furnace.
He's already ahead of him and pulling him again. He's going to be clear at the start-finish line. Ryan Swan on the move, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Ryan Swan is up 16 spots from his starting position.
Into the top 5 and looking for more.
Oh boy, it's a conga line behind Beckner.
And if he gets a top 5, he's going to talk so much trash.
Oh yeah, we'll never hear the end of it.
Looking back James up at front, it's the 7. It's kind of checking out.
Yeah, they're gone, man. Scioli's got a pretty nice little gap there over Cameron. Pretty even gap between Cameron and same back to Allen there. And then huge gap back to P4 and P5 here as they're looking to Swan's looking to he's trying to get to the outside of Beckner. He wants more. He's not done. Oh, almost gets the wall there.
Remember what we said though, guys, about that outside line.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm concerned about here. This will be a good guinea pig to see just how far those tires will take you on the outside line before they start giving out. And I'm interested to see. There's some good tire saving guys here. Yeah, Andrew Player moving into the top.
In the 98, moving up past John Furnace. But I don't know if John Furnace is preserving the tires or not. But he's fallen back since the initial restart.
Yeah, I think Furnace might be trying to save those tires a little bit. I think some of these guys right here in the immediate vicinity in front of him may be pushing pretty hard. I think Furnace is just trying to bide his time here for a second and save that right front. I don't think this is going to be the last we see of him tonight.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what the sense of urgency is right now, to be honest with you. I know we got 91 laps to go, but that's a lot of racing left.
Well, there you see the top 3 are all tucked in with each other, and big gap between 3rd place and 4th. Beckner's kind of starting to check out from Ryan Swan a little bit. I'm not sure if Swan used up the tires too much, but the top three are all right there. And there is the 27 of Beckner. Boy, he's been up. Started back in 17th. I believe he's up 13 spots.
Got battle for the lead.
Oh, here we go. Hearn to
Yep,
the
here
inside of
comes Hearn.
Scioli. And he's going to clear him in the middle of the corner, but Scioli right back to the bumper.
Yeah, James didn't put up too much of a fight there. I think he was just trying to slot himself back in line and not let Elwood get to his inside, so he gets hung on the outside there. I think he just kind of let Cameron go there and just going to kind of bide his time here.
Yep, those are two teammates trying to keep control of the field here, so they're out there trying to set the pace.
Yep. And a little bit farther back, I know we mentioned Ryan Swan was flying on the outside, and I think Travis Beckner is going to be about as far as he is going to go, and he is now under attack from Therian and looks like Hunter Collier. So, again, you feel like Superman out there on those new tires on the outside, but you feel like a loser here whenever people start flying by you.
Oh, whoa.
Almost
Thought
got
he
a
was
little
gonna cross
contact
him
from
over.
Collier there.
Yeah, then Collier just came out of nowhere and almost got into the back of him. And there's the 28 of Furnace just kind of lurking in the rear view of Collier.
Yeah, and right back behind that, Furnace not too much farther back. I'm just really curious to see how much he's saving, because you know he's got a ton of speed. Like he's not off the pace by any means. So I'm really interested to see if this is like a max tire save strategy here or what's going on for Furnace.
Oh, looking underneath of Swan is Collier. Go ahead, David.
I believe for Furnace, it might be a max tire save strategy because him and his teammate Garrett Grant Garrett has fallen outside
Yep.
the top 10.
Yep, you're absolutely right. Yep. And that's what I was curious there. You know, you had that first little 20-lap sprint and let everybody learn a little bit about the cars and about the tires, and then now they come down, get another set on, and really go into a tire conservation mode. I think a lot of guys were out to lunch there at the end of that first run.
And look who's right behind the 5 of Grant. That is Colin Fembrough in the 18. Didn't have a good pit stop when they first came down pit road. He's worked his way all the way back up to 12th. So Fembrough on the move towards the top 10 as well. Then right behind you got Seth Noel, Richard Thomas, and Swervin Irvin. Just kind of a little ball there. Boy, right behind them, though, it's really getting dicey. Got a couple rows of side-by-side action going on, and one of the Physiquis drivers is back there. That's Greg Mitchell in the 2. But up here, Thomas looking underneath Noel. Trade
That
of
was
paint.
close.
That was very close. Especially with as much netcode if we've seen this week, it is an absolute miracle that was not an incident. Irvin looks pretty sporty tonight. He looks pretty racy. He looks like he wants to make a run there
They were
and get
looking
around.
3 wide right behind Irvin. It's going to be tight.
Oh,
going out
Irvin's
of
got
that
a little
corner.
damage on the back bumper. Maybe that happened on a restart, not sure.
It's possible.
Yeah, right around here is where they're really starting to flirt with all the lanes of the track. You got the high, the middle, the bottom, all being used right behind Ed Robertson. And there is AJ Roderick in the 69 as well, Pierce Moffitt, and the 2 of Greg Mitchell. Boy, Moffitt coming up. Ooh. That was actually the 48 of Irvin coming up on Richard Thomas, completing the pass for the 14th position. Swervin Irvin living up to the nickname, still on the move. As the
Even
field
with all that
chases.
damage, yeah.
Yeah.
David, like you said,
Oh, yeah.
got some huge damage there on the rear. I didn't see that there on the initial look, but yeah, he's got some huge damage on the rear of the car there.
Yeah, that definitely can't be helping him. I think Ryan Swan has burnt his tires off a little bit. And he is
I
holding
believe
up this
so.
line of cars.
I would have to agree.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of drivers looking to pass him, and including these 2 that are still door to door. Collier on the bottom, Furnace on the, or actually, Collier on the outside, Furnace on the bottom. Furnace will complete the pass. You get in front of Collier. Now he's got Ryan Swan in front of him. Looks like he's holding the 6th position at the moment, but for how much longer?
Yeah, he looks like he's sorry, David, to cut you off there. He looks like he's starting to creep his way back up into the picture here. I think, like we said, I think he was on a max tire save strategy. And I think some of these guys that were pushing a little harder are starting to fall off. I noticed James Scioli He started to lose touch with Hearn and Elwood here as Elwood's looking underneath Hearn off of 4. Possible pass for the lead. Hearn's going to get our good run there and stay clear. But Allen and Cameron are starting to pull away a little bit too. And I will touch on there's been, I'll say, some beef this week between Allen and Cameron. So I'm not saying anything's going to happen here, but I'm also not saying don't change the channel. I mean,
Yeah.
you really just never know with these
here
two
we go.
what's going to happen here. You know, previous team owner driver situation, and two guys got a ton of respect for one another, I believe. But again, a little beef this week, and we'll see what happens here.
Watch the 5 of Grant closing in on the bumper of Collier and Senesac. He's going to give the momentum push to the 09. But for how much longer will he stay behind these two? It seems like he's got strong enough run to get around both. He looked 3 wide down the backstretch a lap ago, but David, he's still biding his time with those tires.
Yeah, Garrett Grant, he's I was gonna say when y'all were commentating over Furnace making a pass, Garrett Grant also made a pass simultaneously. So yes, we
Battle
do.
for the
Alan
lead.
Elwood taking a look. I don't anticipate anything happening. I do not see Cameron Hearn rolling over for Alan Elwood this week.
Yeah, I don't expect to see anything super intentional here. I think just probably going to get raced pretty hard if I had to guess. Maybe a little arcing out. That's pretty popular here at 1.5 miles and stuff like that. But I just don't expect. I don't expect Cameron to give this up very easily. But again, I think these guys got a lot of respect for one another. I don't think it's. I don't think it's going to get too down and dirty. But like I said, I
like
wouldn't
he's giving
change the
him the bottom.
channel. Here we go. Allen's looking low.
Alan, what I've noticed with Alan, he's doing a really good job of backing his corner up and then getting a good run off, and that's where he's just beating Cameron every single lap, every turn.
Yeah, and you saw right there going into 1, Cameron really pinched him down low there. Did not give him a ton of room at all, and that was kind of what I was alluding to, that I was expecting to see here. Not going to be a lot of give and take between these guys. I just it's got me worried. I'm not going to lie, it's got me worried.
Right behind those two, you got Scioli and Beckner closing in, about to have a battle of their own.
Yeah, don't sleep on Beckner. That's actually a pretty good run there. See him up here in the top 4 after starting 17th. And closing in on Scioli here. Scioli's closed the gap back up to these 2 leaders here just a little bit also. So that's pretty interesting. Maybe James drop back, try to cool the right front off a little bit and make another run at him. Let those two battle it out for the lead.
Cameron looks like he's really tight in the center of the corner. Struggling to get that thing to rotate.
Yeah.
Scioli doing his
here we go.
once erased blink. Got a battle for the lead.
Elwood looking low. Hearn still going to try and pinch on the outside, but Elwood's got a big enough run down the backstretch. They're door-to-door for the first spot. Elwood's got the run on the bottom. Looks like Hearn might have used up a little too much of his tires, though. Trying to hold on the outside. Gonna get close right here.
Ooh, gonna get real close, man. This is heating up. Cameron's fighting really hard right here. He does not want to give up the clean air right here. He knows as soon as he gets back in dirty air with his tires burn up like this, he's gonna be in trouble. So, and he's trying to do it on the outside. Yeah, and here come the 3rd and 4th place. James Scioli and Travis Beckner. They're right up in this picture now too. So this is gonna get interesting here.
Elwood cannot clear. Hearn's still fighting back on that outside, but as you mentioned, Scioli is slowly closing in on this, and now it will clear him. Alan Elwood takes over the lead. Here comes Scioli, and Beckner with a little bumper-to-bumper push down on the bottom. Hearn's going to fall all the way back to 4th.
Yeah, I had a sneaky feeling that was going to happen, that once Alan got around him, he wasn't going to put up much of a fight for James.
Yeah, I don't think there was much he could do there. Yeah, definitely. I don't think there was much Cameron could do there. I think he may have, when he was trying to defend there a couple laps, I think he may have got forced to run the top there in 1 and 2, and I think that may have really did a number on the right front tire and put him in a bad spot there with Allen. And then, again, as soon as you get back here in dirty air, it's going to be really tough to run the lap times with these guys.
Well, you see the 38 of Shane Therian there closing in on the top 4, closing in on Hearn. And then right behind him, that's John Furness ripping the top.
Yeah, and he's mirroring the exact same lap times as our leader, Alan Elwood. He's about 2 tenths faster than all these guys right here in front of him. So Again,
Him and
ripping
his
the,
teammate.
ripping the
Whoa!
top.
I got close between Beckner and Scioli, fighting for second.
Yeah, Beckner's not afraid to trade a little paint. We'll see. I don't know if Scioli's going to fight him too hard on this if Beckner gets good position on him, but we'll see. It's, again, really, really strong run here for Beckner. Don't want to throw it away.
And you see Furnace creeping into the shot.
Yeah, he was running the top in 1 and 2 there last lap. Let's see. He's going to run the top here in 3 and 4. We will see how far it gets
He
him.
did. It's an
It
interesting
is.
move.
It is. It's a little bit later in the run. He didn't go up there immediately. He ran the bottom, saved his stuff for 20, 30 laps here, and then now he's going to the top to try to do it. Looks to be making pretty good time, especially in 1 and 2. It's a lot more comfortable than 3 and 4, but looks like he's making pretty decent time. I don't know. Oh, almost gets the
We
wall
got
there.
it.
Oh
Close.
man, that was
Yeah.
close.
Very close to the wall there. Wow.
You don't want to do that too many times. You'll
No.
heat that right front up and it'll ruin everything you've gained early.
Yeah, and see that's what worries me. I think he'd be better off he just stays on the bottom here and tries to chip away at him. I think his tires were, at least until he started running the top, I think his tires were probably the best in the field.
All over
check.
down in the Twitch chat, we did say that it was a drivers only broadcast, and a fellow driver, Danny Ware. If Brad was racing, no one would stand a chance. So it seems like if you were racing tonight, you would be running laps around Elwood and Scioli.
No, absolutely not, man. These guys are as tough as they come. I race around these guys on Thursdays. I've run with Alan a ton in the past, and they're as good as they come. So no, I would not be running circles around them, but I would hope that I could sniff their draft. That would be my hope, especially in an Xfinity car. Xfinity car, not necessarily my forte, but it's a mile and a half, so we'll make it work.
A little further back here, it's got Greg Mitchell, Tommy Ryan, and Richard Thomas all fighting for that 15th spot, all bumper to bumper coming out too.
Yeah, big gaggle of cars back here.
Oh, got one in the wall back there. Looks like Malachi. Seen the
Why
puff of
didn't
smoke.
you say his last name, David?
McGlashan?
There you go.
Just wanted to make sure you weren't scared.
Hope I didn't butcher that.
We should have got a pronunciation from Dom while he was
No,
up
it's
here.
McGlashan.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. And McGlashan is way inside the top 5 is his teammate John Furness trying to take that spot away from Shane Therian.
Yep. Therian's going to try to get a run there on the outside, but not going to be enough. Looks like he's starting to get a little tight. And Furness, again, with those little bit fresher tires, he was in super save mode. He's starting to, again, he's chipping away. He's into the top 5.
Looks like Alan Elwood's out front, just holding a steady pace out there, not running any harder than he needs to. Ryan Swan battling Paul Irvin. Looks
Yeah,
like,
last lap.
Go ahead, Brad.
I was going to say, last lap, James Scioli, 0.003 of a lap faster than Alan Elwood. We'll see what their times are here at the line. Alan Elwood with a 33.31. James Scioli, 33.28. So a little bit faster, starting to make up some ground. And Travis Beckner is actually faster than both of them. So this battle for the lead is not over. It is about to heat up here again. And we could possibly have green flag pit stops coming here in 15 to 20 laps.
Ooh, that sounds like it could get interesting. And we've seen in the past green flag pit stops play a factor into who wins and who doesn't. Those that are having strong runs up front, they kind of overslide their pit box, kind of like what we saw with Colin Farmer under caution, though. Under green flag conditions, very different.
Yeah, don't sleep on John Furness either. He's almost up to Cameron Hearn, and he's setting him up. He's running that top in 1 and 2. Got a big run down the back last lap, so it's only a
Also,
matter of
guys,
time, I think.
be on the lookout for guys. I don't know if they're going to be able to one-stop it from here, but if they can, and be on the lookout for guys to figure out when they can get on pit road first and make up a ton of time. These guys are pacing 2 seconds off the pace from what they were at the start of this run. So if you can get down on pit road earlier than these guys, every lap that you're out there, that you're in pits before them on fresh tires, it's 2 seconds a lap. You can set a huge gap and maybe set a big enough gap that nobody can get back to you before the end of the race. So be on the lookout for that here as we get ready to start green flag stops.
I'm closing
Working
in
around
on
some live
that.
traffic.
As Andrew Santo, the lap car that the leaders are approaching, got around him cleanly. See the 7 and the 27 do their part, and we'll see if Cameron Hearn can get his way cleanly. Looked like he might have scraped the wall there going in the quarter. Santo did.
Yeah, might have had just a little kiss there, but no harm, no foul. Hearn's gonna try
Oh,
to get around him here.
that got close as well. And speaking
Got
of close, Beckner is closing in down on the bottom for the second spot, trying to take it from
Oh,
Scioli. Oh, I got tight there in the middle of 3 and 4. Woo.
Man, that was I was almost the end of both of their races, to be honest. Beckner got off in there a little hard. Don't know if he got it back to the throttle or just got in there too deep, but he got tight and almost took out him and Scioli.
A little further back here is the 18 of Colin Fambro. Now we jump back up to Cameron Hearn, holding on the 4th. Now we jump back to Colin Fambro. Now we jump back to Cameron Hearn. Shout out
Shane
Chris
Theron.
Fine. Chris
Shane
doing the
Theron.
best he can.
Shout out,
folks.
Chris is behind the scenes. He has put in
Yeah.
all the work today. He has done an amazing job this race already so far, flipping back and forth, getting us the shots we need. So, shout out to Chris back there in the back. You're doing a good job, buddy.
Yeah. Yes. 100%. I think John Furness running that top. I think it's backfired on him a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed it big time in the truck race, man. Anytime I went up there, I made really good ground for about 9 or 10
They're in a
laps.
little loose.
Ooh,
oh,
yeah, he
man.
did.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a big moment. It didn't look too big up here, but I'm telling you, Shane is just definitely reeling after that when he's trying to get his bearings about him and get back in a rhythm. That was a huge twitch there off of 4. But what I was saying Tuesday,
Whoa, wow,
Beckner-
there
Oh,
goes
Travis.
Beckner. Oh, my
Whoa.
goodness. That is a moment coming out,
holy.
too. Woo.
And before you ask, Travis, I saw it. Yes, I saw it. I know that's the first thing he asked me every time he makes a save. He goes, "Brad, you see that?" Travis, I saw that one. We saw that one.
We all saw it.
Whoa, man. Great save from Beckner there. Hopefully he didn't cook the right rear too much because he was flying right there. He was right there with the leaders. Scioli has gotten back to Elwood, and he's got some really good pace through the center of the corner.
Yeah. A little further up the road is lap car Jacob Hudson.
yeah.
But they have yet to catch him.
One thing with that battle with Cameron Hearn, what it also may have done with Alan Elwood is he may have had to run that right front a little too hard on the bottom to get around him. So
Oh,
Well,
here we
I
go.
don't know if you've noticed here the last 2 laps, Allen's been running up the track just a little bit in 1 and 2. He's going to lift. He's going to let Scioli have it. He bails out, lets James have the position. He knows ton of race left, just a little bit over halfway. Not a whole lot of reason to fight him for that. James says thank you, and they keep chugging along.
yeah, you got to think they're a couple laps away from entering the area where you'd want to pit.
That would be
Window.
the pit road, David. Absolutely. That's where a lot of guys are going to want to be here in a couple laps. And again, if you're the first guy on pit road, if you do it right and you can one stop this and make it to the end, I think you can build a big gap if you can do it in enough time. These guys may not be able to run you back down. If you can get the tires to even out, it may be beneficial to get down here super early and get these Mr. Feelgoods, because I'm telling you, they're pushing 2 seconds a lap slower. And that is huge drop off.
And Ryan Swan was the first driver to come down pit road. Not sure how much it's going to help him. He is lapped down, but we'll see as the run goes on. Got 55 laps left to go here from Charlotte for race number 9 of the Area Lodgebox season. Got Brad Slaughter,
Oh,
David
Beckner's
Weishart in the booth.
sliding up.
Whoa.
Sorry
Well.
to interrupt you there, Hunter.
Oh, he's
Oh, he's
still
sideways
loose.
again.
Yeah, he was having a moment all through that corner right there.
Drivers only tonight from Charlotte due to traveling circumstances for Kyle Heyer of Sim TVs. And we got the drivers only broadcast. Chris Einfine producing. Got Brad and David down below. And boys, it's been fun.
Yeah,
Yep,
this has been a blast. Yeah, this has been a really good time. I hope we can tidy this up a little bit. We can work out the kinks, and I think we need to definitely have to do this again.
Cameron Hearn and Alan Elwood side by side again. And
Well, Elwood's
Elwood's
going to
just
let him go.
give it. Yeah, I think Elwood's smart enough to know now's not the time to fight him. I think Allen knows tires are getting a little old. Looks like Beckner and Cameron may have saved theirs just a little bit better than him. He's smart enough to know, hey, just let him go, let him fight another lap.
Yeah, and leave it to Travis Beckner to have both of us up here eating crow, because about an hour ago, we're talking about how Beckner can't save his right front, and here he is at the end of a 40, 50 lap run, passing 3-4 cars, moving himself into second place in the race. So
Well, he ain't
Beckner,
saving the right rear.
he ain't saving the right rear. No, he's not saving the right rear, but he's obviously doing something right. So shout out Travis Beckner,
Yes.
putting on a really great performance tonight.
Yeah, and that's what we meant when we were talking about earlier. He's got all the talent in the world. It's just, and this
Yep.
is an example of a good race. That's he's played it really smart to get the track position. It looks like he's under fire from Cameron Hearn here.
My
Getting a
goodness,
shot.
he shut
He's
the
getting
door on
pushed.
him.
And he's going to get a shot all the way down the backstretch. Cameron Hearn was
Whoa,
not
Hurt's
happy.
looking for the spot.
Oh, boy. Hearn was not happy that Beckner cleared himself there off of 2, and he is going to let Beckner know about it. They had a run-in at Bristol. Kind of same deal. Beckner pulling slide jobs on him. Cameron tried to pull one of his own, and they ended up hitting pretty hard. There could be some beef here as well, boys.
Yeah, I was just about to say, this might be one of those moments.
There's a slide job.
Yep,
Cameron Hearn just pulled a slide job of his own right there, and he's going to get to the outside. He went all the way from bottom to top.
Oh,
he's going to chop
blocking.
the nose of Beckner. Whoa.
And meanwhile,
Here
look
comes
behind.
Furness back in
John
it.
Furness passing Elwood for the fourth
Whoa,
spot.
we got a lap car. We got a lap car here on fresh tires, cutting
That's
up
Ricky
3
Harden.
wide. Ricky Harden, holy crap, he was cutting up 3 wide between Elwood and Furness there. That was almost big too. Gonna have another moment here with another slow lap car. They're gonna have to go 3 wide.
Oh,
Oh,
my.
no.
Oh man, that
Threading
is a
the
tough
needle here.
position. Yeah, that's a tough position for everybody. You really hate that when you're the leader, but if you're that lap car, you got to do everything you can do, make up as much ground as possible. Again, like I said, you're on new tires. You got to make up all the ground you can before these guys pit. So you got to
Looks like we
understand
got
that's
Cameron
all.
pitting.
Yep, here comes Scully too. Scully's on pit road right in front
Yep.
of him. Can
And
they make the
Elwood.
commitment line? Did they make it? Looked like they were all in there. Did Hearn get that thing slowed down?
It looks like he did. I don't see any.
Holy man, he looked like he was flying getting on the pit road.
Yeah, I don't see any black flags for anybody. So it
Well,
looks like they all got it
Hearn made
loaded
up huge ground on Scully right there, getting into the pits. Then
Make sure they all got in their box fine.
wow, yeah, Hearn. I got Hearn at 48 at the line. He must have been on the brakes sliding hard there. That's really
Yeah,
impressive. He made up huge ground.
Travis is in, and that actually might work out better for Travis to stay out the lap because he won't have any traffic on his pit entry. He can go in there as hard as he wants.
Yeah, you just got to worry, man. That 2 second. Oh, Beckner backs up just a little bit. It looked like he might have missed a stall. He had to back up.
Oh, that's
Oh,
going to
that's
hurt
gonna-
He
him.
may.
Big time.
It was pretty quick. He did get it backed up pretty quick, but any little bit of time there under green obviously is going to hurt pretty significantly. That on top of the fact that he lost a lap there to those guys on new tires. So
Furness came out P2 ahead of Cameron on pit road.
interesting. He must have had a really good stop because Hearn had a great pit road entry. And there they go around Beckner there in 1. So Beckner not going to lose too much time here. But again, I mean, he's only going to have 1 lap advantage on the tires. Almost goes up on the
Oh.
track. Don't know if he's going to get a penalty there or not. That's going to be pretty tight. I
A
believe
lot
he may.
unraveling here.
I mean, that was really close. I believe he may have gotten away with it there.
Yeah,
But that was really close to an unsafe pit penalty. Beckner gets away with it. Now, can he save his tires and make a late push here? He's not too far back. He's still within touch of the leaders, but does he have enough advantage on his tires?
Well, only time will tell as we're within the last 50 laps here from Charlotte. And I'd like to give a big shout out to Simrat Market for the replays tonight. I've had to look back at a few of those throughout the race. Fans, be sure to check out simratmarket.com for custom iRacing paint scheme templates that are simple to use and help you stay more focused on the racetrack.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile,
shout out.
Brian.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, meanwhile, Brian Chambliss is the new leader. He has not pitted yet.
Okay, so he's trying to stretch it out, maybe hoping for a caution here. I was just gonna say, man, with the we're doing this all on short notice, but shout out to all of our sponsors, Lodgebox, Roasted Gym, Simrack Market for putting up with us up here tonight and letting us do this. This has been pretty cool. I'm having a great time, and I hope we can do this some more.
Looking a little further back throughout the field, there's Beckner in the 27. Got Seth Noel right in front of him.
Yeah, Noel's been pretty quiet tonight. I don't think we've talked a whole lot about him, but Noel's always got pretty good pace, and he's right there in the mix of all those guys that have been running up front tonight. So, don't know if he may have tried to short pit these guys maybe a lap or two early and got some track position that way as Beckner goes around him, but he's put himself back in the mix. Just now is going to see if he can maybe save his tires to the extent that these guys do and be there with these guys at the end.
Yeah, Beckner closing back in now on the bumper of Alan Elwood. As Furness continues to trot the 7 of Scioli, trying to catch up to him. But here's Beckner reeling in Elwood like it's no tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'm just worried if he's maybe going a little too hard, a little too early. He did a really good job on that last run of saving his stuff. I hope he does the same thing he did and doesn't get too worked up here being this close to the lead. But again, I'm gonna give him his credit. He gets real close to Allen there, almost gives him a shot. I think
Seems
those
like
two might
Elwood's
be.
trying to save his tires a little bit. Beckner's on a little more of a go
Yeah, and,
now push.
yep, and Allen's gonna give it to him. Yep, Allen's gonna let him go there, and Beckner's gonna go right on by.
So Chambliss and Therian are 1-2. I don't believe either have pitted. Well, Chambliss hasn't pitted. I don't believe Therian pitted yet.
Yes, Shane has pit.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
Shane pit on lap 77.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if he can. It might be in the window to go all the way to the finish if we go caution free.
Yeah, that's kind of the strategy that I was talking about there. Can you find out, when's the earliest that you can pit and make it to the end, and then use the advantage that these tires give you tonight? Again, 2 seconds worth of pace on new tires compared to old tires. So Therian may have gotten in time, gotten the tires, and try to build a big enough gap here to where these guys just can't get back to him there, or hoping that the tires equal out before it gets that late in the race. Don't know if he's got a big enough gap. He's looking probably about 5 seconds or so back to. Well, he's actually looking only about 3 seconds back, 2.5 seconds back to Scioli. So there's definitely not going to be a big enough gap to hold those guys off. But I think it was worth the gamble. I think Shane knew he wasn't going to win the race doing what everybody else did. So it's worth the gamble. Try something different, and I don't think it ends up hurting him too bad.
I apologize, but do you all have a copy on me?
We got you.
Yep.
Yes, sir. We've got you.
Yep, I do believe my Discord crashed for a split second.
I was having the same issue, so understandable.
So, but I am back. I have the feed.
We were just talking about Therian here. He came down on lap 77. It looks like he may have short pit a lot of these guys, and he has a huge gap. He's running second now. Chambliss is still the leader, but Therian's in second. He's the first car on new tires, but they're a little bit older than Scioli and Furness and these guys. They're closing in on him pretty quick, but he tried the short pit strategy to try to build a gap out there and to see what he can do here. Like I said, he's not going to win it back there behind those guys doing the same thing they do, so might as well try something different. I think, is this Chambliss on pit road now?
Yep.
Yep, here he comes. So,
And-
Shane Therian now your leader.
And according to the admins, the 4 car got a pit exit penalty. He was running second at the time he pit. He obviously
That's
stayed
rough.
out longer than all these guys, but
Yep, that's going to be Matthew Cochran.
yeah, that's a rough penalty to get this stage in the game.
Well, but David, I mean, we ran here Tuesday. That pit road exit is really tough. It's super easy to get tight and push up over that blue line. It was really easy to do. We did it in practice a few times, and we
Yes.
were watching out for it. I think we called it out a couple times, telling the boys, "Hey, watch out for that pit road exit. It's a little more treacherous than you may think." So
Yeah,
not a
last
huge
little-
surprise.
Yeah, that last little groove there on the apron when you're exiting pit road, there's a little more banking in between the seam and the blue line, but that little groove is so narrow that it gives you no room for error coming off of pit road.
Well, while Shane Therian continues to lead at Charlotte, looks like Beckner made a move below Cameron Hearn for the 4th spot. But he did look to the inside, didn't get around him. He's going to try and maybe force the nose down in there.
Oh, yeah, and Cameron kind of chopped his nose again. He started the corner a little bit higher up and came down to kind of take the air off of Beckner's nose and did a really good job of it. But I noticed this battle for the lead is going to be heating up here soon. Scioli's closed down under a second now. He was about 3 back last time we checked, so making really big ground here on Therian.
Yeah, I got a feeling Shane's going to try to put up a fight, but I just think the tires of Scioli are just going to win that battle every time.
Yeah, and honestly, I think his best bet is going to be try to force Scioli to pass him on the outside and maybe use up a little bit of his tires. I don't think he's going to be able to hold him off or hold him up on the run of the bottom too much, but you force that guy to run the outside, maybe hurt his tires just a little bit. I think that's really going to be your only option. I think you kind of do that to everybody that tries to pass you from here on out. If you can, force them around your outside and just kind of run that bottom and save what you can. I don't think he's going to end up too much worse off than he was beforehand. I think it's worth a gamble.
And speaking of saving, Ricky Harden.
Hard in the wall.
But I was going to say,
Beckner all over his bumper.
Speaking of saving, the 28 has been saving tire all race and has kept his track position since he come out of pit road. So he's going to be there when the tires start to kick in. It's all going to be a matter of how much James has saved his tires, I do believe, as James goes to the outside.
Yeah, here he goes. He's looking to the outside of Shane Therian here off of turn 2. He's going to have big momentum. This is what I was talking about by Shane, forcing him to pass you on the outside, use up a little bit of right front tire there, even if it is for just one corner. I think it's still worth it. James Scioli is now your leader again here on lap 97.
Closing in at 30 to go, and 7 takes over as the new race leader. John Furness, though, closing in on the 38 of Therian for that second position. Maybe he can throw his hat in the mix as well. We'll see. Looks like he's going to go to the outside to try and pass the 38, kind of like what we just saw a lap ago with Scioli. Oh, going to try and shut the door. Can't do it.
Yeah, and not too much farther back. Beckner's looking underneath Hearn again, and I'm starting to get another feeling that there's no love lost back here between these two. Beckner gets really tight. Beckner gets real tight. I don't know if that was an arrow push or what, if he just throttled up too early, but Beckner gets big tight. Goes up about a lane and a half there behind Hearn, but I don't think there's any love lost between these two guys back here either. I've seen some pretty aggressive stuff out of these two so far, slide jobs and really aggressive racing. So keep an eye on Hearn and Beckner for this 3rd spot as well.
Yeah, and these are the moments too that there's from time to time in these situations, Travis can get a little bit in over his head, and overdrive and contact can get made. So hopefully he keeps his head on his shoulders here and plays it smart.
Yeah, he's ran a really good race tonight.
Yellow, right in front of the leaders.
Trouble.
It's Santo.
Andrew Santo.
What happened there? That could have been really bad for the leaders.
So
maybe the 13 car.
Slow-mo replay. Looks like
got
it's
no nose.
He was just in.
Hits the wall on the straightaway. Hits it again at the exit of the dog leg. I mean, this is just downright bizarre.
I'm not too sure what to think about this.
I mean, there was no contact with anybody else.
I'm almost speechless, boys.
That's a head scratcher, to say the least.
I mean, just runs into the wall in the middle of the dog leg, right about where the start-finish line's at, and just tank slaps the wall again on the exit of the dog leg. You got to think there might be some sort of equipment malfunction there. Just I'm taking another look at it. He kind of swerves to the right. You got to think maybe the wheel comes off or something here. Take another look at it right here. Right before he goes into the wall, there's a weird as we're going to get a NASCAR 09 look at this. See, he kind of goes to the right there is maybe I know Santo races with a controller. Maybe a controller disconnect or something there. I'm just really not.
I don't know. That is a weird place to hit the wall here at Charlotte.
Yeah,
you don't see too many accidents like this.
And honestly, I mean, lucky to escape calamity there with the leaders. And speaking of the leaders, here they are on pit road. James Scully, John Furness, Cameron Hearn, top 3.
All of them. This is going to be the money stop. And this actually helps the 38 of Shane Therian because now he gets to pit with the leaders and he's going to, looks like he'll keep his track position. Hearn, all he didn't slide over. I thought he was about to slide over his pit box.
No, and good call there on Shane Therian. Yeah, that's a great call by him. Gets the track position, and he's now going to be in 4th place on equal tires.
Seth
Seth
Noel.
Noel. He
Seth
took
Noel
2.
on 2 tires. That's going to be a big call. So Scully, Furness, Hearn, Therian on 4 tires. Going to have Noel on 2. That's going to be interesting. I think we've seen Seth Noel take 2 tires before and actually be pretty strong. Not a ton of laps on the tires right there. I don't know what left side tires are looking like after maybe 20, 25 laps. I don't know exactly how many laps they ran there, but very, very interesting call.
Well,
Yeah, I
know what
think
they
they ran
say.
about
You gotta
20 laps.
risk. I was gonna say you gotta risk it to get that Bowberry biscuit.
And Seth Noel is definitely a guy that's not afraid to risk it. I feel like in every race I've ran against him this season, he's taken 2 tires at some point in the race. So we know he's willing to go for it. So he'll be the guinea pig, I think, for tonight on if 2 tires is going to work.
Well, the car behind him came out with 4 tires. We can confirm. It's a 7 of James Skyrley, who just so happens to have Rick's Hot Sauce on the hood. That's South Beach Heat. Fans, be sure to check out Rick's Hot Sauce for some of the best hot sauces made locally in South Florida. Be sure to follow the Rick's Hot Sauce Rookie of the Year battle in the Area Cup Series and see who will take home the $100 prize as the highest finishing rookie in points. And Jacob Bell just went down and said that we've raised over $420, which is pretty dope for the charity that we're going to be doing tomorrow night, charity event, National Suicide Prevention. Looking to get
We
our
love
goal
that.
at 1,000. It was 1,100 last year for the American Red Cross. So look to see if we can top that. I think we're going to be able to top that. It's going to be tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern on the Area iRacing Twitch channel. Going to be Dirt Street Stocks at USA.
Yeah, not a ton of dirt racers in this league, but we will be tomorrow night. So
Yep.
And
tune
once again,
in.
big shout out to Chris Scienfine for such a marvelous job tonight.
Yeah, Chris is doing
Yeah.
a great job. He's dropping some great one-liners in our ear. Really unfortunate that the rest of the broadcast can't hear that, but you know what? That's just a
You think it's
sacrifice I'm willing to make.
unfortunate? I think it's fortunate that they can't.
It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
At least the last one. Nonetheless,
No,
great
shout
job
out, Chris.
all around,
Yeah,
guys.
I mean, we're almost through this thing. I would like to say this has gone pretty smooth for the most part,
Yeah.
and that's all thanks to Chris. So Chris
Yeah,
doing a
Chris
great
didn't
job back there.
Chris didn't even know he was doing this until 1 o'clock today.
I don't think any of us did.
And he never did, and he's never done this before. So between 1 and now, he's come quite a long way.
He's a scratch
Yeah.
producer.
Yep. All right, here we go. We're going to line up for the restart. We're going to have 36 to go when we restart. Well, how do y'all think the rest of this race is going to play out? We've seen this a lot this season. We restarted with about 30, 40 to go, and sometimes they go green, and sometimes more cautions
They
come out.
don't.
How do y'all feel about it?
I'm really concerned about the 2 tires on the 93. I think Noel is pretty talented, and I think if anybody's going to take 2 and make it work, I think it's going to be him. But I think 30 laps is just a lot to ask out of the tires. To ask out of 2 tires. Maybe if it was a 10, 15 lap dash, we get some caution laps in there. But I think there's just too many green flag laps going to be left here in this last run to make 2 tires work. Also, keeping an eye on Alan Elwood back in 7th. That's about as far as we've seen him back since the initial run of the race. Other than that, he's been up in the top 3. So with a little bit shorter run here, I'll be interested to see if Alan maybe pushes a little bit harder at the beginning of the run and tries to keep a little bit more, tries to keep in contact with these leaders.
26 to go when they come across the stripe. The 93 of Seth Noel is the leader. Did take 2 tires. Chose to restart on the inside line as the pace car pulls in the pit road. And in the restart box we go. Green flag back in the air from Charlotte.
Yeah, Noel's, he's out of there. He gets a good start on those 2 tires. Not a whole lot of tire spin here, I don't think. Furness getting a good start too. He's going to clear Scioli here. I think Scioli's going to try and get down in front of Hearn.
Oh, Tommy Ryan or Jeff Ryan, big sideways in the back. Got them all checked
Yeah,
up to 3 wide.
I think Noel might have had a little moment because he's under fire from Furnace there off of 2. I think Noel might have got a little sideways, and he's going to fight on the outside. We'll see how much life those 2 tires have.
Door to door for the lead. Beckner nearly making contact in the back with Hearn and Scioli coming out of 4th. Still door to door. Furnace on the bottom. Noel trying to fight on the outside with 2 tires.
Yeah, I think the claws are out now, boy.
There goes
Noel sideways.
Oh my goodness, those 2 tires are on their last life right now. Here comes Scioli. Oh my goodness.
Incredible save from Noel right there. I have no idea how he saved it. I thought they were about to walk.
Oh, we got big wreck in the back. Big wreck in the back. Hunter Collier. I guess no caution's coming out for it, but the 37 got right reared head on into the wall.
See if
We'll
we
have to
can
go back
find
and take a
that.
look at that in a moment. Right now, the 28 of Furnace is leading. There goes Noel in the wall.
Noel in the wall.
Into the wall, coming out of turn 2. Look out.
Oh, it's got the
Looks
whole
like the
field
rest of the
stacked up
field
on the
gonna
apron.
scatter around to avoid him. Man, those 2 tires held for about as long as they could.
Yeah, it's just the balance change on 2 tires is just makes it way too loose, I think, to hold your track position up there.
Meanwhile, Beckner, trying to get 3rd. Hearn going to shut the door. Shane Therian looking out to the outside of Beckner for 4th.
And
Whoa,
David, I got
so
you.
close.
That was very tight. I got you a little update on that Jeff Ryan incident there. So it actually looked like that incident started with Tommy Ryan and Hunter Collier. Had a little bit of netco contact. Hunter Collier got shot up into the wall in 3 and 4 and then bounces back down and takes out Jeff Ryan. He took a hard right front contact to the wall there, the outside retaining wall, and he is parked it on pit road. So I believe Jeff Ryan may be done for the night.
Yeah, I watched it happen live. It looked like it was a hard hit.
Yep. Scioli
Beckner
looking low for the lead, gets chopped off.
These 2 have had
Just like
good battles a couple times this season.
Got chopping going on for the lead, going on for 4th. Travis Beckner's really been throwing the hammer down on those blocks from Therian, but the top 3 all bundled up right there. Top 5 really all in the same picture, and Elwood's just kind of lurking.
AJ Roderick back here is fighting Garrett Graham for 9th place. AJ's had a quiet night. Looking at a solid top 10 run.
I think, like you said right there, Hunter, I think Allen's in a pretty good spot here. He's in 6th, but he's not too far behind the leaders. It's not a lot of ground to make up. I think if he can just ride here for maybe another 15 laps or so, save his stuff, he may be able to make a little charge here at the end. It's just going to depend on what happens with these guys up here and how hard they battle, but really impressive to see the 28 back up front. We saw the 28 dropping way back on that initial start of the last run, and he had dropped back, I think, about the 8th spot, and by the end of that run, he was back up in the top 3, and now he's back up in the lead. So 28 has been really strong practice, qualifying in the race.
Here comes the
Scioli
7th.
looking to his outside, though. James is not gonna let him have this easy. James is gonna fight him tooth and nail for this right here.
Could see the bumper being used because it seems like Furnace is going to make the 7 fight on the outside, use up some of those tires. Still got 19
right
to
here.
go.
He might see it here. James is trying to get right there on his left rear quarter panel and get him loose. They do have the aerodynamics for that when you get right up on somebody's tail here in iRacing. James makes a late dive to the bottom, gets the 28 kind of out of shape there on entry. He wasn't ready for that. And that kind of
That's going
screws
to help
up his
Cameron
corner.
Hearn. Look at
Yeah,
him.
that's going to help all these guys back here. Watch Beckner too.
Yeah, and Furnace isn't used to this. All race, he's been in tire save mode. Now it's go mode.
I'd be really, really worried about using the top right here too early. Still a lot of laps to go.
Yes.
I'd be really scared to start running the top. I would just keep it on the bottom and make these guys go around me.
And well, Hearn's caught up to the bumper of Scioli for 2nd. Beckner slowly closing in as well. And then 5th and 6th are just teammates that are kind of nose and tail together.
Yeah, I think I would expect to see Therian let Elwood go here. I think he knows Elwood's maybe got just a hair more pace than he does. But we'll see. The drivers don't always feel that way.
He just tapped the wall. I think it might be time to let him go.
Yeah. I think he was trying to push a little hard there. Allen was breathing down his neck there, and I think he was trying to push the envelope, try try to appease his team owner, but he's got that damage there on the rear. That's got to be slowing him down a little bit, and that's got to be holding Allen up. I think the best thing for the team here would be to let Allen go and go fight for the lead.
And Elwood staying behind just to bide his time with the tires. Doesn't want to use them up too soon. And they are catching Beckner. We see around the top 6. And back over in 7th is Rob Ackley. He's kind of had an up and down kind of day. Had a good qualifying run, but got shuffled around mid-pack throughout the race. And now with 15 to go as they cross the stripe, finds himself inside the top 10.
Yeah, started 7th, running 7th. Had a really quiet day. I mean, we've talked about most of these guys up here. I don't think we've talked much about Ackley. Had just a quiet night. I mean, not a whole lot more you can ask for to just running up in top 10, minding your own, and here at the end, right here, not too far out of contact with these leaders. So, really solid night for Ackley. I think he needed a good points night, and really good run. Same for Garrett Grant, still up here and running pretty well in the top 10 in P8. Bryce Sinesak, AJ Roderick out of that rounding out the top 10. Great run for AJ. Nice to see that old guys can still go fast.
So I was going to say there's a gap starting to form between 3rd and 4th. Go on, David.
I was about to say, I know y'all are watching the lead up here, but I'm watching a wild battle here for 16th. They are all over each other back here, sending it in on each other, bouncing off the walls, bouncing off each other. Looks like it's starting to kind of fizzle out now. But, man, that was wild for about 2 or 3 laps.
No,
no surprise, it's Swerve and Irvin making it interesting.
Yeah, it's Richard Thomas.
And
they're wrecking.
This is the 3rd one. Caution's going to come out. Looks like we tuned in at just the right time. It did not die down. And they carried
55.
into turn 1.
And that looks about like the contact we saw earlier with the 47 car in the 29, but I think this may want to actually be a little different story. This looks like the 55 goes up.
That's the same. It looks like the same exact
almost
deal.
looks identical.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I think, big contact here. Who was that? All right, let's see this again.
55.
So 55, real close to the grass, doesn't clip it. It's just swinging up. Paul's. I mean, again, that's the same. A little bit of net codes, almost cars in identical positions there on the track. I think 55 is just thinking Paul's going to be about a half a lane up, and just comes up trying to get position to make the corner there, and huge contact. And then let's see who comes in here late.
Oh, 44.
And then Forrest. That's going to be Forrest Smith there in the 84. Huge contact. That is that may end both of their nights.
Yeah, I don't know if they've made a call yet, but the identical incident that brought out the first caution, the car on the top lane got the EOL for it. So we'll see what they give here.
And there we go.
Now,
here we go. We got it's Operation Ponka.
And Garrett Grant.
I would expect to see a healthy dose of 2 tires here, maybe.
Well, we've got some staying out, so we've got Shane Theron staying out. We got Garrett Grant staying out. Do we have any more out there with them? Don't believe we do. Oh wait, yes we do. We've got Matt Cochran. We've got Mike Tellier. So we've got a handful of guys, maybe 4 or 5 guys here staying out all together. And then let's see who takes 2 tires.
Took 4.
Colin Fambro took 2.
Look like Scioli, Hearn, Fambro took 2. Furness, he was in the box for a while. It seemed like he took 4 tires.
The 48 did receive the EOL penalty for that, and it sounded like he was not happy about it.
Yeah, but, like I said, that's a tough call.
But it's consistent. They rolled it the same way.
It's consistent. It's exactly right. It's consistent. So can't complain about consistency, but it's a tough call to make right there.
I mean, you can't have a better example of consistency than those 2 wrecks between the first wreck and that last one.
Yep, they were
identical wrecks, same call. So.
Yep. And while we're at it, shout out to our admin tonight. We've got some awesome admin. I think we've got Jordan Martin, Eric Wineland, and Jacob Bell up in the admin booth tonight. So shout out to those guys. They're doing a great job up there tonight, and they're getting us some information here in the broadcast booth. So we appreciate them guys dedicating their time and doing that.
Definitely. Well, this is going to be interesting. These guys have stayed out. They may have to watch for a little bit of tire spin here.
I mean, even the guys on 2 tires, I would say. I think there's
Yes.
enough laps on the tires that I would be concerned about it there too. This is very interesting. I mean, we have a mixture of strategies here. We've got Therian on no tires. We've got Grant on no tires. We've got Scully, Hearn, Fambro on 2, Furnace. All these. I think Mitchell may be on 2 tires. I haven't seen him up front tonight, so that may be a 2-tire call on the 2 car as well.
Yep. And Alan Elwood back to 9th. That's definitely not where he wants to be on this
Well,
restart.
and Travis Beckner in 8th. So you got to think those 2 guys are going straight to the top and using those new tires and coming around everybody. I mean, we're looking at going to be going green. I don't think we're 2 to green this time, or I think we're 2 to green. We'll be 1 to green this time by.
Yeah.
So not going to be 7, 8 laps left. You've got to get everything you can get. The tires are good on the top for about 10 laps. So it's going to be this is going to be awesome. I'm actually really excited for this.
I'll do before we go green here. Do either of y'all are we doing picks or anything? With 10, we got 10 to go. Little reset here.
I'm sticking with
Anybody
my
got-
pick in
anybody-
Furnace.
I'm sticking with my pick. I like Cameron. He's in P4 right there.
I picked Garrett, and he's sitting P2 on the outside. I don't know if the no stop's gonna work, but if we get a rash of cautions,
Yeah.
it's just really hard to start second in this restart zone. It's so hard. You're at such a disadvantage.
Yeah, and I would say that actually puts Scully in a pretty good spot. Fambro too, and they've got Furnace back here, the first car on 4 tires, and he's pinned on the outside. Mitchell on the bottom here, 2 tires, probably going to get a pretty good jump on him. So these guys on 4 tires are going to be coming.
Aggressive.
I mean, they are
Yeah.
going to be flying.
And you know
And like-
who was made to be aggressive? Travis Beckner.
Beckner. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yep, I was thinking the same thing there. So I am super excited for this restart right here. This is going to be a barn burner.
8
Well,
to go,
before we
too,
get
on
back
pick green.
going, coming up on the restart of the race, which is brought to you by AreaIRacing.shop. Fans, be sure to check out AreaIRacing.shop for merchandise to represent your favorite driver and shop from our selection from t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, and more. You can use code SWANN, SWANN, for 10% off your order at checkout. It's got some pretty good merch in there, too. From a season ago, I'm still wearing this David Weishart hoodie that is just so comfortable, and it's being recognized by all the grandmas out there. Shout out to you, grandmas. So yeah, cop the merch. It's comfy. It's great. And like I said, Ryan Swan's got some new merch in there. Use code SWANN, SWANN, for 10% off at checkout. Here we go. Restart of the race. The first 2 drivers stayed out. They're all on older tires. Some took 2 behind them. Some took 4. We'll see how this restart goes. The green flag's back in the air, led by Shane Therian and Garrett Grant on the outside.
Garrett
Big
did not
jump
get a
for
good
Therian.
jump.
No,
Scioli
Garrett.
cleared at second. That's big for James.
Yep, that's huge.
Here comes Hearn on the outside, trying to get a run up alongside of Grant.
Elwood is
Furnace is going to be the one to watch here. Furnace is going to be the one to watch here. Furnace is the first one on 4. Scully's first one on 2.
Elwood just got blocked to the apron going into 3. Oh, they're big
Oh,
stack
big checkup.
Oh, this
Huge
ain't gonna end
checkup.
well. This ain't gonna end
Fambro
well.
saves it. No, Fambro.
Oh my!
Oh my
Fambro
goodness.
hangs on to it. What a save from Fambro.
Battle for the lead.
This guy
Side
only
by
to the
side.
front. Therian holding tight on the bottom. Here comes Hearn.
Oh,
Here
they're
comes
wrecking in the back.
Furnace.
The 25.
Oh, we got
wrecking
a
in the back.
caution.
yellow's
Turn
out.
one.
Oh,
Caution is out just
man.
as the battle was starting to get good.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
hot up front. It was spicy up
Yeah.
front. Wow. What
Elwood.
happened back here in the back?
Elwood
I
got
hear-
blocked to the apron by the 2 going down the back. Holy moly!
So let's find out. Let's find out what this trouble was for here. Okay, I think this is going to be the block on the 2. So let's see.
The 25
This
is the
was
one.
after
Is the
the
car
yellow
that
came
wrecked.
out.
Okay, this
Yeah.
is after the yellow comes out. So let's see if we can figure out where the incident started here.
Yes, the 25 gets turned, I believe, in 1.
25 gets turned.
Brian Chambliss.
There he is. He's
Chambliss-
got his bumper back.
Chambliss led laps tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Led a
Yeah,
lot
but
of
that
laps.
Here's
one-
Moffitt in the 44 getting
That
into
one's
the back
pretty
of
self.
him.
Yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. 44 has already gotten the EOL for that.
Yeah, I'm not real sure what the idea was there. 44 just had a pretty good run there. but a little too late.
But if we could get a replay of the block on the two on Alan Elwood, Alan's a better man than me on that, because he lifted for him, and
You wouldn't have
yeah,
lifted.
no, not this late in the game.
Yeah,
Man,
see,
44
44 is
just
coming in way late.
yeah,
No
that's
position on him. Yeah, it just turns him. Not real sure
lucky. It's only a
what that was
one-car
about.
wreck, really.
There goes the one
Really a
of
half
Stephen
wreck.
Durham on the outside flying by. Well, let's see if we can take a look at this block from Mitchell to Alan Elwood as we're under caution here. Going to be near a possible green-white checker scenario.
It was sometime going down the back, the lap before the yellow. Man, it was wild. If we don't have it, that's okay. You just take my word for it. Nope. This might be it here.
I think it was right before this.
Oh, yeah, you know what? It might have been.
Yep, here it is right here.
Wasn't quite down to the apron, but it was low. It was low enough to where I would be unhappy enough to not lift. I can say that much.
Ooh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's definitely that's closer for comfort. Then they have a little stack up accordion right here. Allen gives a shot to the 2. The 2 gives a shot to the 18. 18 saves it. That was a great save by Fambro. That could have been real bad.
Yeah. It's incredible they kept it all together right there.
Yeah, definitely in mid corner too. I mean,
Well, we got a situation here. You got teammates 1 and 2. They've been in this situation before, and Cameron Hearn has been known to get some restart penalties late in these races. So keep an eye out for that.
yeah, Cameron not a big fan of that restart zone. I know that for a fact. Yeah, him and Scully up here. That's an interesting dynamic. I think those guys both on 2 tires. Therian's still here in third on no tires. Beckner, what do we think? We know Beckner's on 2 or 4.
I think Beckner's on 4, I believe.
Got
He
Beckner on 4 tires.
restarted 8th, I believe.
Cameron Hearn is not a fan of the restart
Not a
zone.
fan of the restart zone. That's right.
As you can see, the outside lane has not gone at all. And like we said, saw Monday night and then seen it tonight. 2 tires, 4 tires, no tires. You cannot go on that outside line.
Yep.
You got to imagine though they're teammates, so he is probably going to be getting a countdown here, or some sort of a notification of when James will go. You'd assume.
Yeah, you can definitely do a countdown. You still just no matter what is that second place car, you got to wait on that green light. So, I almost was kind of scared to have a countdown, having a teammate in the lead, just because I was scared that I would go before the light, or just try to time it out right or something like that. But maybe they can pull it off here. Cameron can get a pretty decent restart, and I think Cameron may have the tires to hold Theron back here in 2. In 1 and 2, so he may be able to hold tight there and hold on to second. But I don't know if he's gonna be able to contest for the lead in 1 and 2. I'm really interested to see what happens with Beckner right here. Beckner is going to be my one to watch here.
If Beckner can get a good restart, I believe these front 2 are on 2 tires. If he can get around Shane, who's on no tires, because you got to imagine Shane's not going to get a good restart here.
Yeah,
if he can get clear into 1.
And how is Cameron going to race Beckner? You know, we've seen those 2 guys kind of slide jobbing each other and being wild earlier in the race. Racing for the win, I can't imagine it's going to be any different. And Beckner's going to have a little bit of an advantage. I don't know. I think Cameron's probably going to do everything he can to hold him off, but can he hold off those tires is the real question.
I wouldn't be surprised if contact gets made.
It's not going to be an official green-white checker attempt. In that case, we only get 1 attempt at it. I believe this is still all natural, so we haven't used another extra. If we used another extra caution lap, this would have been our only attempt. But this is an unofficial green-white checkered, so they could wreck here before they get to the white, and if that does happen, then we go to our last attempt at a green-white checker.
Excuse me.
Oh, you're good.
Just getting over being under the weather.
Well, you better be ready for this
stages
one.
Of this. Yeah,
I hope you're ready for this one because this is about to be electric. James Scully, Cameron Hearn, pace car's off.
And we get back up front. 2 more laps
And green flag
here
is
at
out.
Charlotte, and Hearn did not go.
No,
Oh, it's
did not
Cameron
get a
that
good
didn't get a
start.
good start.
Nope, did not get a good start. He was probably trying to play it a little bit safe with that restart
Now-
zone, but
You got to imagine
Furnace.
Furnace is the player now. Oh,
Oh, Hearn into the wall.
Hearn hard
It
in
looks
the
like
wall.
Furnace might be in the wall.
Hearn hard in the wall. Furnace trying to make a hole
Oh,
there.
here's
I don't.
Nectar. Oh, that's tight. Well, you knew what Furnace had to do, the slow car of Therian with those tires. Now here comes Beckner throwing his nose down in there. Oh, it is not going to be pretty after this race is over. They're making it
White
to
flag
the
this
white.
time.
racing.
Scioli's got a
race is
mile of a
official.
lead in front of him.
Yeah, race is official. Can Furnace? I mean, he's gonna have to basically flat-footed here through 1 and 2 to get to Scioli. I don't think he's got enough time unless Scioli bobbles. I think he's running away with this one. Who's that? Ackley makes a pass on the outside, moves up into 4th place. Great
Here
run
they come
from
through
Ackley
3
right
and
here.
4 for the final time. Beckner going to look for 2nd, but it's not going to
Oh,
matter. James Scioli comes off turn 4. He gets his 4th win of the season.
Oh,
he
they're
wins at
wrecking in the back.
Charlotte. And we got a massive
Alan
wreck coming
Elwood's
out
in
of
it.
4.
Oh, there's cars
Boy, they're
everywhere.
scattering all
Oh,
over.
there's
Look
cars
out.
everywhere.
There are no brakes. Everyone is.
Oh, they're still
all-
wrecking.
Oh my
Still
goodness.
wrecking.
Oh, all over in the turn 1 and 2.
Oh, hard contact into the wall.
It's all gas, no brake when they're coming to the checkered flag. And
Man,
you saw it right
no
there.
brakes. No
Wow.
brakes.
Might have to go back and take a
Boys.
look at that.
Oh, we got Cameron Hearn is flying up to somebody here.
Yeah, here
He
comes
is
Hearn. I
unhappy.
don't think Hearn's happy with Furnace. He's gonna let him know about it. No contacts made. He just gets up there and lets him know he's not happy. Man, I'm still trying to wrap my head around what we just watched. I mean, Hearn and Furnace there make contact as they're trying to get around Therian in turn 1. I think Furnace was probably just trying to shoot a gap that really wasn't there. Just trying to do what he had to do to win the race. But man, that was
So this
wild.
is the wreck coming off of 4, coming to the checker. Oh my god.
Look at almost 4 wide. Almost 4 wide. Oh. Oh, Allen lost a ton of spots
Oh
right
man.
there.
That's
Hard
gonna
hit
hurt.
too.
And then here comes more.
Oh. Oh.
And they're still going down. There's Andrew Thomas, or Richard
Wow.
Thomas, excuse me, Swervin Irvin. Then you got Fambro. Gonna go back and take a look at well, this is from the perspective of Richard Thomas.
It looks like they have ruled netcode between the 67 and 28 for that incident.
Oh, that is that's
That'd
not
be the
going to go
second
over
time this
well.
week. That'd
Yeah,
be
I
the
don't
second race in a row, the same situation.
I don't think that's going to go over well.
Man.
I'd like to get another look at that restart there with Hearn and Furnace if we can. I kind of gave me flashbacks to the Brad Keselowski, Jeff Gordon incident at Texas that year. Looked like Furnace was just trying to, there may have been a gap there for a second, or he was just trying to force one. I really didn't. I want to see it again.
I think he was trying to force one because he knew that the 38 stayed out and had those older tires. Slower.
Yeah, he was going to be pinned in behind the 38 if he didn't get up here, and I think he knew that this was going to be his only shot. So I think he's already kind of peeking.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, big net code. Definitely saw some net code there. Definitely saw some net code. That angle there, you can see it on the outside. I couldn't see it when it happened live, but definitely some net code. Yeah, huge net code right there, about a foot. Oh wow. Man,
That takes Cameron Hearn out of contention for the win. A good finish all the way in the back. That is unfortunate to see.
Ran
And
good
that's a
all
huge-
night, too.
That's a huge point swing too. That DWR running for team points. They were team points leaders coming into this race, and that's a huge hit. Probably a 30-point swing there. Well, I'd say that's actually about a 20-point swing for Hearn, going from a top 3 to 22nd is going to be where he finishes tonight. Not indicative of where he ran.
No, it's
Well,
definitely not. Well, I think
Mix
it's time
of
to get to our-
emotions.
Hey, we got some interviews to do. We got to get some guys up here. We're going to get our third place driver, Travis Beckner, up here. I will grab him. And we've got him now. We've got Travis Beckner up here in the booth after a P3 finish tonight here at Charlotte. Travis had a really good run there, man. Looks like you did some really good tire saving there on the long green flag runs. Tell us about your night.
Yeah, at first I thought this was gonna be a bad race because I didn't like the setup at the beginning, but towards the as we got along in the race, it was perfect for the style of driving that I had. Just gassed it up a few too many times and started to fall off there at the end, but came back, still head on for a third place finish. Was an awesome race, and only Cameron didn't spin the tires on that restart.
Yeah, you think that was the difference? You think you actually had something for Cameron there on the last restart? We know you had those 4 fresh tires. You think you had them?
Oh yeah, I think I could have had a shot at getting Skyoli there at the end, but like I said, just Cameron spinning the tires and man, I had a blast with these guys tonight.
Yeah. David, Hunter, you got anything for Travis?
Nah, I've got nothing.
Well, I gotta say, Travis, I'm really impressed, man. We were saying at the beginning of the broadcast how you were really good in qualifying. Sometimes you struggle to save that right front, man, but you had a lot of long run pace. So congratulations on
Yep.
your third place finish, and hopefully you can carry that momentum forward.
Oh yeah, hopefully I can. Before I go, is it okay if I could thank a few people?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'd like to thank everybody over at Miller Racing and JBR for helping me out and getting me better slowly. And of course, got to thank my sponsors, Collier Cutters Landscaping of Southwest Florida. I'm trying to think right now. Sorry, Rick's Hot Sauce, Palmetto State Army, Wax Electric, and Lodgebox, and of course my parents and everybody, and y'all taking the time out of your day to come up here and do this. I know you wanted to race tonight, David, but y'all did an amazing job from what I heard. I can't wait to go back and listen to the broadcast.
Well,
All
we
right, man. Well,
appreciate
we
it,
appreciate
Travis.
it.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate it. And good run tonight. We will get you back down here to your team after a solid third place run tonight. That is Travis Beckner. And I will now drag up Mr. John Furness. Mr. John Furness, you are in the broadcast booth after a solid second place run tonight at Charlotte. Had a little contact there late on that restart with Cameron Hearn. Tell us about your night and walk us through that last restart.
Yeah. First, I want to just apologize to Cam. I mean, I looked at the replay. There wasn't much room. I think it was net code, but it still sucks that I was a part of it. So sorry about that. Overall, the night was good. A lot of fun racing. Just wish I could close one of these deals out. I felt pretty good there when we had that caution with about 30 to go or whatever. And was out front, just trying to pace, run hard when I had to, block or whatever, and just leave the guys dirty air behind me. And I thought we were gonna close one out, and then of course, the cautions come, 2 tires, 4 tires, all that jazz. Still a fun night. A lot of fun to run these cars at the speedways here. So all in all, we're pretty happy.
Yeah, you had a ton of pace, man. Practice, qualifying, race, it didn't matter. You were up there all night, dropped back a little bit, and still able to run back up there on the green flag run. Ton of pace and a really well deserved run tonight. David,
Thank
Hunter,
you.
you got
Yeah, that
anything
was a lot
for?
of fun. Getting the long runs is a lot of fun. You have to kind of
Absolutely.
show a
Yeah,
little
I just want to ask John. You you spent most of the race. It looked like you and your teammate Garrett there were in tire save mode for the majority of the race. Was it difficult to transition from tire save mode to just all go mode there towards the end with all them restarts?
No, the most difficult part was trying to save tires, especially that second run where he and I fell way back and guys just want to go and use up their stuff and we're just waiting and waiting. It's so hard to watch them drive by you. Um, and then when you go back when you try and go back around, they fight you pretty hard. But I was able to get right back up with the leaders, but by that time everybody's tires were shot and couldn't make up much ground. I was trying to use the high side a little bit. That didn't work as well as I thought it was going to today, but still a lot of fun when you get multiple grooves and you can actually race a little bit on these speedways. So it was a good night. I definitely got to give a shout out to Physicus Motorsports and our sponsors, NAI, DeLeo Brand, Maggie or Bake, and Eat Sleep Race. So good showing for all those guys tonight. And hope it was fun to watch up in the booth. Thank you guys for putting on the broadcast, and appreciate it.
Absolutely, John. And again, great run tonight. You were really strong start to finish, and I'm sure everybody knew you were here. So that's John Furness after a solid second place run tonight, and we'll get him on his way. And thank you for your time, John.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Merry Christmas.
Oh, well, we got the Merry Christmas in there. So all right, and we will we will get on to our winner, Mr. James Scioli. Get him up here with us. James Scioli, your winner tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway here in the broadcast booth. Welcome, winner James. How are we feeling?
Oh, feeling great. Got the win. Looking good in the booth up here. Like the graphics and everything. Looking good. Yeah, feeling good about that one. Had good long run pace, and of course we started getting short runs at the end like we always do. So just risked it with another 2-tire call, and luckily came out on the right end of the restart.
David, you want to get James?
Oh yeah. Well, how different did the car drive between 2 tires and 4 tires? It looked like on 4 tires for the majority of the race. It looked like it because kind of tight in the center would kind of get loose off. How did the balance change with the 2 tires there at the end?
2 tires was loose everywhere. So Cameron and I both did it, and we both took no fuel to try and counteract that. We saw that with Seth. He tried the 2 tires earlier and was super loose. So we tried no fuel, and it was still super loose, but it was pretty manageable. You just kind of had to baby the throttle and be real careful with it. But yeah, it was sketchy there, just even for those couple laps.
Alrighty, well, man, congratulations. Is there anyone else you want to thank? Brad, Hunter? Hunter looks like he's gone. But
There
Brad,
he
you
is.
got
I got my
there he
allergies
is.
are kicking in.
Yeah, Brad, you got anything for James?
I don't know. Just again, James. I mean, another solid performance again tonight. I mean, you've been tough all season, and another strong performance tonight. I mean, you, Furness, Hearn, Allen, Beckner, y'all were all up front all night and put on a great race for us to watch. It was fun to watch the strategy play out there at the end, and obviously you made the right one. So congratulations, and we're on to, I believe, is everybody going to New Hampshire next week?
I believe so.
Yes, I believe so.
Everybody on to New Hampshire next week. So good luck, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks.
See you next year.
Yep.
See you
Just want to
next
say
year.
a big thanks to you guys doing this. I'll have to go back and watch it. Pretty cool for us to be able to put this on here at Charlotte. Big thanks to DWR. Glad you guys were up in the booth here. Got to see a DWR car win, so that was cool. And then big thanks to Rick's Hot Sauce, code Scioli. Get you $7 off at rickshotsauce.com. Dandles Candles, Butt Kicker, Matco Tools, Chris Sports Cards, all for being on the car, and all the admins and everybody. Thanks for another year of this, and we'll be back in the new year.
All right, man. Take it easy. Congratulations on your win. Have a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
That is our winner, James Scioli.
Well, boys, I think we did it.
Whew, yeah,
I
think we did.
believe we
well,
did.
this is that was a look at your playoff picture for the team and driver standings before this race. Let's go and take a look at the finishing results here, because there was a lot that happened in that last lap. A lot of shuffling around. Obviously, Cameron Hearn and Alan Elwood not getting the benefit of the doubt there, but a solid podium runs for Beckner, Furness, and Scioli. Rob Ackley, Bryce Senesac snuck a top 5 in. Greg Mitchell, Shane Therian, Garrett Grant, Malachi McGlashan, and Tommy Ryan all getting top 10s in a chaotic finish coming to the line.
Yeah, that's really impressive. Beckner up from 17th position starting out, Senesac up from 22nd, and Greg Mitchell from 23rd. I think Mitchell made that 2-tire call there at the end, and I don't remember where he was running before, but I think that's a huge improvement for him to end up P6. Another strong run for Garrett Grant. Rob Ackley, I mean, to come up P4 again, like we said, we didn't talk about him much all night, and comes home with a top 5 finish. So that's a really, really strong performance from him. It's a tough break for Allen and Cameron. I mean, definitely 2 cars that obviously led laps and were the 2 of the cars to beat tonight. And to come home, finish 18th and 20 seconds. Again, not indicative of how those guys ran, but that's not going to be the last we hear of them. We will definitely see them in a couple weeks' time. Again, I'm sure in New Hampshire battling for the lead.
Without a doubt. David, final thoughts on the night's event from Charlotte.
Yeah, I thought we saw a really good race. A lot of hard racing for the lead, a lot of side by side. Saw some three wide. Um, saw some green flag pit stops on a couple longer green flag runs, and you got the excitement there at the end with the short runs. So I'm not sure you can ask for much more from that from a fan's perspective. And I'm sure all these guys. There's a couple guys upset. There's a couple guys that are really really happy to get the finishes they got. So um, overall, just a really fun race. Great. I'm happy to be able to do this with you all.
Yeah.
I thought it went really smooth for our first time. So hopefully we can do more of these, and hopefully we get some more races like this too. So really looking forward to that. Looking forward to 2023 and beyond.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Brad, final thoughts before we wrap it up here?
Well, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that made this happen, because again, we came up with this at like 1 o'clock today. Didn't have anything ready, anything prepared. Kind of moving on the fly. So thank you to Chris, thank you to David, thank you to you, Hunter, for kind of guiding us, blind leading the blind down here. I
Yeah.
really appreciate you being our lead here. I don't know where me and David would have ended up without you. So kept us on track all night. So shout out to you for that. Shout out to Chris for doing all the graphics and all the production stuff behind the scenes. He's been doing a really good job and been working real hard these last I'd say 9 hours. So and again, thank you to Jacob Bell for letting us do this, because we weren't real sure when we pitched this idea that he was even going to go for it.
Yeah.
We always love to have, we're really proud of our crew we have with SimTV, and they do a real professional job. So to let us come up here and do this kind of mid-season on the fly off the cuff is really cool, and I hope we get another opportunity to do it later on down the road.
Alrighty, well, that looks like that'll do it for us tonight. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night, though, for the charity event for the dirt dirt street stocks at USA. Tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern on the Area iRacing Twitch channel. From everyone up here to producer Chris Seinfein, David Weishart, Brad Slaughter.
There
I'm
it
Hunter
is.
Slappy saying so long. And there you go. Tune in tomorrow night over here on the Area iRacing Twitch channel. See you guys.